Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm a little late today, but we're here. There was a bit of an interesting thing, kind of some background. Scheduling didn't really happen because, as usual, Shitpost Sunday isn't really. It is a Hydra, but unfortunately, it is a Hydra that is many heads and exactly 0 minds. So exactly 3 brain cells between us. So unfortunately, we schedule shit 15 minutes before the stream starts. So we're gonna do some more meandering, some real sad thinking times here in the washed out shores of Revachol, while we try to solve the grisly murder of a half-naked man whose boots I'm definitely gonna steal. So I'm glad you guys could make it for that. Rob should be joining us. He's just getting started on his day, so he'll join us when he's up to it. He had his massive Heroes of Might and Magic stream last night that I do believe is very much it's done, and also a very major thing. So he's looking at another big project. I got some very exciting news last night in terms of future projects that I'm taking part in. The Square has been more than happy to inform. Oh my god, what the fuck? Sorry, I accidentally turned on a strobe light, don't mind me. Anyway, I'm just having like an epileptic episode. Holy shit. Why is that even an option? What the fuck? Sorry. Anyway, something my significant other brought, and apparently it strobes horribly. Oh my god. Anyway, so this is why we shouldn't play with things while we're just idly talking to our peers. We shouldn't just touch desk objects. It causes trouble. Anyway, as I was saying, though, yeah, so we're looking at that, another time slot, a different Tooch series, a different Tooch day, more info to follow as we go into October, so that's going to be excited. For those of you who saw the previous streams, we're looking at some late night weavery on the weekends with Tooch, and we'll see how that goes. That's kind of like the next big BPL project. As far as streaming goes, I don't know. I think that's kind of like it for as far as major updates on the days ahead. But you know, that's life. I hope everyone's well. It's like I said, it's kind of impromptu, but I'm looking forward to continuing it. I don't have chat up, so if you guys have been talking, give me just 1 second to pull chat up, because the way I do chat is a little ass backwards. Let's turn that off. There we go. Spectacular. Now we've got it up. But it is the most efficient for my setup, so there we go. Sick. I can see, I can hear, I can fight. So, change that. There we go. We were tossing some balls. Yeah, they got kind of mad. I threw some of their balls into the ocean. But we're up here. We're up here and we're in it. And that's exciting. Oh shit, hell yeah. An object to interact with. You know, I've seen a lot of shitposts about this game since I started playing it. Which is really, it's been like a real pleasure just to see like a lot of the memes and shit come out for it. By far my favorite thing has been, one of them was something to the effect of, it's like, be careful with like managing your health for this game. You might encounter a tough paragraph, and I'm like, that's so viciously this game, and I love that about it.
I'm back.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle.
Good. What is up, y'all?
Then use the focus knob.
It's kind of updating them on projects to come, and just talking about that you had, like the exciting time you had with finishing up Heroes of Might and Magic, and just some of the stuff going on with this game, and just kind of getting started on this. So you've come in at the very beginning.
That did happen from midnight to 6 a.m. Eastern.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, if you missed it, VOD's gonna go up. It's in the Twitch right now.
Yeah.
Com 2 is done, so the subathon will soon be planned.
Yeah, I was gonna let you talk about the subathon, because I was just like, he has something else in the works. I've got something else in the works for streams, and I was talking a little bit about what I've got going on. It's something that the Ox and I have been talking about. For those of you not in the Auxiliary Discord, it's just a Discord, which is, of course, ancillary to the Legion. And it's a great way to interact with like us in the streaming community and other fans of the community. So I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing about it, but some people are new. We do have new subs every week, so it's kind of just important to keep talking about it, you know?
There we go.
Yeah. And,
That's cool.
hell yeah. That's the shit, Rob. So, yeah, it's kind of like we've been talking about getting started with a different series and some of the things we want to do. So in October, I've got a new like video, I got a new stream series I want to working on, and I've got a watch party in the Aux coming up that I want to try and get a day out for shitty kung fu movies. It's going to be exciting.
Oh, dude, we talked about that on one of these. Make sure you just ping me when that's going to be.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I wasn't gonna like set a date and then not let you know. There's just a lot I want to do, and it's kind of like I have many irons in the fire, as it were, and so I'm picking which ones to turn into something at random. That is, I am the worst media blacksmith that has ever lived, but you will all enjoy at least a percentage of it. So that's what that's got.
I see that Sam won't be joining us. I wasn't able to catch that memo. Are we just rolling through some chill gaming today?
Yeah. So I thought we might have had. I wasn't sure. I didn't know until 25 minutes. So I was talking about this when the stream started. How we didn't have like a real scheduled plan. We kind of make plans the day of, because everyone has something they want to do. So we wanted to see like, well, where's everybody at in their current projects? I had finished my game, and I haven't picked a new shitpost game. And I knew Call of Juarez wasn't finished, and I know that Sam wanted to. Yeah. You're good. And Sam, I didn't know that Sam finished. Well, I knew that Sam was going to finish War for Cybersex, and I thought that he would probably, take on another project or something. And because I had stream with Mecha later, so I was like, I ain't sure exactly what the battle plan here is, and we hadn't talked about it because you had your big HOMM thing until 6 this morning. So, the short version being, sorry, I have a bit of the weather is changing here, and as it does, my allergies are aware of it. So
I've been doing it all week. I've been like, sorry, sniffle, sniffle, sorry, sniffle, sniffle, sorry, sniffle.
Yeah,
sniffle.
I've got like a light cough, and like I'm snotty just because like the weather's changing here. But as I was saying, I have a game that I want to play on this, and I checked its download, and it has not finished downloading. So I don't want to be like, oh man, this is it, but we're playing this instead. Like we'll get to it when we get to it. This week though, my internet's not gonna finish streaming it, downloading it for a time period that's relevant to today. So we're gonna pick up where we left off on some meandering in Disco Elysium, which is normally not a shitpost thing. This game is very shitposty, but it's not a shitpost game.
It's catharsis week.
Yeah,
it's catharsis week.
Like I said, we're just gonna have a kind of relaxed week. Rob's coming back from the post long stream dead. I've had a relatively busy weekend, so I'm kind of just here.
Troa asked, like, how long was I on? The time that I was on between being awake and going back to sleep, Troa, because, like, yesterday kind of turned into 2 days. 13 hours, I think. Because I did 2 to... I don't remember.
War for Cyber Turret.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 hours I did with like Stuka and no, it was 3 or 4 hours. It was 4 hours, and then it was 7. So that was 4 hours, and then 3 with Mav. That's right. And then plus 6, so 13.
Yeah. I was gonna let you do the basic math for a second there, but yeah.
I'm still groggy. I'll admit that. Like, if somebody asked how am I feeling, I'm a little groggy. I need to be awake right now. I slept. I did sleep. I woke up like 30 minutes ago.
We had the like I said, yeah. I've not been keeping up a lot of things. The last 2 days have been kind of hectic. We've had a bit of a shit. Like, there's some stuff going on in the Tooch house that's just kind of taking up a lot of our time right now. And we've had then yesterday I was out of town. I got convinced, or rather guilted, into going and playing a Star Wars Legion event out of state with a friend who is like he's like, man, he goes, everybody bailed on me. He goes, can you play? He goes, I'll give you all the models. Like, he goes, but I don't want to make the drive by myself. It's like 3 hours, you know. And I'm like,
You're like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah.
Well, so at first I was like, no. And then my significant other was like, hey, you want to spend time with my mom Saturday? And I was like, oh, so I'm going to South Carolina.
It's really funny. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was like, it was previously scheduled. I promised him I'd be there. And so, like, there I was, 3.5 hours from my home, playing a game I haven't played in months, just because like I wanted to get some. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm getting my ass beat because this game. I did okay. I went 2-1, but like I'm catching an ass beating right now. But on the bright side, at least I don't have to see that. So it's whatever. That being said, it was for real. Like between tournament time, travel to and travel from, it was like I got up at 5 and I got home last night at midnight, and I'm just so like I have scheduled nothing, I have thought about nothing, I've rolled dice and avoided familial obligation. That is what I have done. So this is what we're doing. It's been a long way of saying I hope you guys like Disco Elysium. Here we fucking are. Holy shit, and I apologize. I'm gonna be coffee and snotty, and if you guys don't like it, tough. I don't like it either. We're just gonna get through it together. I have taken cough suppressants. I have done all the things you're supposed to do, but the physical form cares not for my feeble efforts. So we're gonna have at it. Anyway, let's see here.
Indeed. Yeah, it's gonna be a day of background Disco Elysium. I'll share my plans for this show, and then I'll talk about the subathon. So what's going on is Tooch is going to be pulling up something up. Sam's going to be pulling up Valkyria Chronicles when he's available.
Yeah.
I am going to be finishing Call of Juarez. Maybe it's one of the next 2 Sundays, probably.
Yeah.
And then I'll be going into a series of point-and-click adventures from the 80s and 90s.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That a friend showed me. They're ones that were featured on the Courtesy Flush.
Which ones, out of curiosity?
Let's.
I asked because one of my next events for the show was going to be a point-and-click adventure, so this might just be what we're doing. So I want to know
the entire Quest for Glory collection.
Interesting, cool. Because the ones I had on the docket to complete were the entire Escape from Deponia series over time. Probably not back to back because that is a maddening ordeal. But over time, I was going to knock out the Deponia series because that's a point and click adventure that is a shitpost. It's low production, but in terms of coin, and yet it's a ton of fun, and I really, really like it. It's cheesy, it's weird, it's great.
Mm-hmm. Those are the best kind. That'll be really fun. Is that going to be like your next thing?
I don't know. It's a coin flip.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. It'll be secret. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be doing. Those are my next 2 for Shitpost Sunday, and then we'll have Valkyria Chronicles rotating in, and then mystery box surprise Tooch stuff.
I think the next one, if I'm really honest about what I was planning, I was gonna play a really short game, like a 1-sesh game called For the King, probably, but like. Because it is like a 1-session game. It's you can complete it in a couple of hours. It might be 2 sessions at most. So depending on how bad I am at the game, if I'm honest. So like there's options out there. There's all kinds of options, and we will explore them. So yeah, go on with your subathon thing. I'm interested in that.
So yeah, we got to the point where we were we finished Heroes of Might and Magic 2 last night. This morning, I just couldn't stop because I knew I was so close. I was like, I have to fucking do this. So I went through, got it done, and now we are in a position. We have 12 days left of September to set up a subathon for their September special event. It's a Twitch event where all the subbing is discounted. It's like 30% off. So, Heroes of Might and Magic 1 is not a long game in general. It was the first. It's the progenitor. And I've said that I really want to go through the whole series. I kind of started on 2 by happenstance because I didn't want to jump straight into 3 without giving 2 a spotlight, and then I just kind of developed this whole thing. So Heroes of Might and Magic 1, if you've been following all the HOM action, you can see very clearly that it has the bones that 2 put meat on. And then you'll have seen 2, because after I finish 1, we'll go to 3. And you'll see, 3 has the bones of 1 and 2 very linearly. But for 1, we're going to try to do me with rotating co-hosts. I'm talking with Diggs. We're trying to plan it out. We have decided, sort of, that I'm going to have like a stable of co-hosts who come in and out through the day. I'll be sitting here with like fucking a handful of Rockstar Energies, a big old pitcher of water, and like I'll get some sandwiches and stuff sitting next to me. And I'm going to try to do Heroes of Might and Magic 1 in one sitting, which could be like a 24-hour straight live stream. I won't do camera for that because that just gets really difficult, and I will try to have co-hosts for most or all of it, because I can't do that kind of strategy game for that long and not have a chat monkey. But yeah, it'll be a big subathon event. It'll take probably a full day, so we'll like excise a scheduled day to just be me doing dumb shit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I really want to give 1 its time to shine with a special event because it's formative in the genre, and a lot of people don't remember it anymore. They remember 2 if they played 2, and people still find and play 3 and love 3. Like 3 is still popular today.
The streets will not
so it's going to deserve its time.
Who are you?
But I really just want to do like, this is where it started. And I want to challenge the challenge is to beat it in one sitting. That's going to be fucking hard. I get that. Like,
what else do you want to know?
I will say I've been practicing 1. Like, I've been trying to go back through the campaign. And I'm trying to do it as Lord Iron Fist, the canonical ruler of the kingdom, from 1 to 2 to 3, because Lord Iron Fist is technically the one that ends up winning. It's also harder to beat it as him, but yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna try to do it as Lord Iron Fist. I've been playing it solo to kind of gauge my time and basically to prepare myself. Like, I've beaten it before. I've beaten it twice before in my life. And I've played it many times. I've played scenarios and whatever. But yeah, and I don't know if it's like, oh, you're cheating, you're playing ahead, and it's like, well, it's going to randomize every time. And the AI is going to do something different every time. But I am trying to...
We should talk. She's a professional.
I am trying to get through it on my own. So
telling us nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's disco time, but I was answering the questions.
Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky.
I wasn't going to talk over you at all. I was just going to let you talk about what you're thinking. So yeah, oh yeah.
Well, that's the info. That's the info.
No, I know. Yeah, I wasn't. That's why I wasn't worried. I was like, yeah, it's disco time, but like I'm going slow enough. I think people can like read and follow along.
We're in full disco time now. I will say I just started playing this myself.
Yeah.
I'm like through day 1, and that's as far as I've gotten, and I didn't even look at my guy's face intentionally because I've just been playing it as like the most depressed person ever.
Yeah, well, so we're here. Our run is Cop of the Apocalypse.
Okay.
And right now we're talking to Cindy the fucking Skull.
Cop-pocalypse, got it.
Yeah. The Cop-pocalypse. And yeah, so far she...
Good idea, Piggy.
Yeah, she's here.
Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch you swim back to Lausanne.
Yeah, so that's kind of her character arc, you know. I wasn't gonna talk about her, but that's kind of what she's about. She says hateful shit and does art, and so far I rather like her. These are the things I know about Cindy the Skull. Oh man. So, you know, that's where we're at. We haven't finished day 1 yet. We haven't got very far. We've been playing it real slow, kind of just talking, reading the parts that aren't specifically spoken, but really just letting the game tell its story, because this game's voice acting is beautiful and its story complex, and I like it. No, it's done. You know, here's what it is. So we're just going to go.
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural.
I love just listening to this game because it's so well voice acted, and even before it was voice acted, it's just so well written.
Yeah, agreed.
Like I can just sit and stare at this game.
Oh, I love the background. I mean, the music is so somber. Like it really just keeps me going. Like I am compelled by the background sounds.
I'm almost the opposite with it, where like if I'm not in the right mood, I can't play this game. And maybe it's just because of the year I've had, and it hits like too close to home in some ways.
Yeah.
But like, man, I enjoy the fuck out of this game, but it also is like crushing at points with its like the reality of it.
I have an opinion.
Maybe I'm just a weenie.
I have an opinion.
What?
No. Just that's the probably the voice. I just I usually speak. Yeah, I usually speak the line I'm gonna say. You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
Just because there isn't really voice acting for our dear detective. So
that's because we are his voice.
Exactly, we are the voice of that guy. Luckily, Kim Kitsuragi is voice acted perfectly. Oh, my precious Kim.
Oh, he's so good.
I love Kim. Kim is my favorite character in this whole story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah? Thanks.
I love public art.
I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that
I love
have
public
an official
nudity. What?
RCM stamp of approval.
I'm indifferent to it. It makes you.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
I've lessened her desire. Well, then I'm doing my job. I'm such a good fucking cop. You guys can believe it. You know anything about that murder though? Like for real. Nobody knows shit about the murder.
Pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
You say that, but literally no one wants to talk to me about it. I have heard about everything but the murder, though. Like, for real. Actually,
there is a shortage of
Thank you,
people
Kim.
who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Well, this has actually been really fun. She's hostile as shit, and somehow she's very enduring to me.
You've got eyes on you.
Thank you. No, she's one of my favorite characters too. I like Cindy. She's sort of a wretched bitch, and yet that makes her very funny to me. So I'm like, haha, you're weird. All right, so here's the part where we're gonna play this part a little more loosely. In that I'm going to save scum the shit out of this part, and I want everyone to know. I'm gonna tell you before we do it. I told you guys I was gonna save scum exactly 2 parts of this game. This is the first of 2, cause I ain't fucking with this. I'm about to see this woman on this boat. This woman on this lovingly rendered boat. I'm gonna beg her for money. I'm going to plead with her to share with me her worldly riches.
Pretty please, you look rich as fuck.
Quite right, quite right. So I need currency, and I'm going to ask her for the aforementioned currency. She will probably say no. I'm not so good with words. I have no think meat inside of here. So that leads me to the next part of my operation, which is to just walk over to this boat, hit her with one of these guys, and roll the dice.
The dice.
Yeah.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of the sailing boat.
I agree,
as you approach.
I'm starting to wake up, and I'm just nostalgic. I'm nostalgic for a game that not even nostalgia, I guess.
Around her throat.
Just so happy with this game.
No, it's so good, and like I said, and the voice actor, like I said, just the narration keeps me interested. So I'm like, yeah, hell yeah.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Oh, yeah. But, really, Jack? Goddamn. That's fucking sick.
What happened?
Oh, yeah, no, he says the Sydney character was written by a screenwriter local to him.
Oh, cool.
He was part of, like, the social media group called No Trees for Furies, which was apparently the development title for this game. So, yeah, if that's the case, that's fucking dope. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. The primary, the VC extra saving? Yeah, it'll be well. Oh, lordy. Let's see here. What's the L stand for?
Phaeton, my maiden name.
Well, okay. Thought you'd say
Oh.
more. Huh?
Hail Hadri.
Ah, time for water. Thank you, Vulcan.
I'm drinking my energy drink still, but I do have my tall blue bottle of water, as is my custom. I drank so much water. I streamed so long last night, and I drank like so much that I ran out of things to hydrate with. Like my blue bottle was gone. I had drained 3 cans of seltzer water. I had drained my energy drink well before all that.
With minimum exception, you have the clearest urine though. So much water.
It's a slight dandelion yellow.
Well, energy drinks are probably a strong counteractive measure to your hydration status. The aqua, like I said, I have these like half-drug water bottles on my desk. I have my big jug somewhere that I usually. So I've recently got like an actual like filter, because my significant other was like, "Yo, you can't have like you use so much plastic. Like, please just use a water filter." So like, I have both the sink filter and like one of those like pitcher filters now.
Mm-hmm.
And I just because I'm stupid about water, I guess, and living in the city, just I'm grossed out by it. So it's like filtered at tap into a filtering thingamadoodle. It tastes better. I'll give them credit. They filter something the fuck out. I like it. It's fine. So yeah, I've been drinking from that, but I also still have like this supply of like the plastic water bottles still because like I had a surplus. So I'll like half drink one, and if I don't finish it, I'll pour it into the water filter like pitcher. And it drives her nuts because she's like, that shit's already purified water. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm watering the water. Don't worry about it. I'm just creating a great water repository, but apparently, like, it seems a superfluous step to run water already purified by reverse osmosis through a activated charcoal filter. But I don't care. Is the thing. I'm doing what I'm doing. Additionally. I still have like half-drink water bottles all over my desk, so I can just harvest from those when hydration is hailed. Until such time they have run dry.
At least you're making use of them.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It's good.
I'm not gonna ask you what the cops are. I am a good cop. So good at cop, you wouldn't believe it.
I'm glad
shake
to
her
see you
hand.
here.
I realize that she's, in theory, narratively been standing there with her hand out for like the last 15 minutes, which makes it somehow funnier to me.
Yeah, she's just like, ahem.
Like
Yeah.
steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
I bet.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
Dude.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Man, it's going fast, Dan.
You're
Sorry.
fine.
Sorry.
Sam, did you just where exists Monroe lives? Damn it, Sam. If you're active enough to highlight,
God damn it,
yeah,
Sam.
it's like if you were very active to highlight text status, where have you been?
Yeah, you slut.
We miss you. Alright, wait. Well, yes, I am. Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are.
There he
You're on
is.
an archipelago.
I have been dead to the world. I didn't want to just bomb into the chat on you.
Well,
you
so
still,
have I.
like,
So we're all here now.
We've all been. That's the thing. We all have. Like, I woke up like cross-eyed and drooling this morning. I got up at like I was telling the story. I got up at like 5 yesterday after sleeping 2 hours to go play a Legion tournament I didn't want to go to for 8 hours. Then drive 3 hours back. Then I slept for 6 hours and got up and went to an event this morning with with my roommate and my significant other, and then from there I came back here, had just enough time to eat a Lunchable and ask y'all motherfuckers what we're doing today, and you are dead, and Rob is like, I have had 4 hours of sleep, I've played Heroes of Might and Magic, I don't know where I am right now. And so I was like, oh shit, we don't have a plan. My game isn't done downloading that I'm gonna play next. You're gone. So it's like, guess what? It is Shitpost Sunday, Disco Elysium time. So, anyway, that's you've been caught up now. Enjoy. That's your recap. So yeah, I'm glad you're here though.
I pulled a 12-hour shift with a surprise 4-hour shift extension.
We're all just like fucks today.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Dude, I came home and I set my alarm for 11 with the intention of being up for Shitpost Sunday, and then I just slept through that.
Ain't that how it go?
Yeah. So for what it's worth, though, I think it's funny because it's like, yeah, we're all fucks. I'm like, I don't know. Despite the fact that all of us are like dead tired and like confused as shit, we're pulling this shit out though. We all showed up. We're all here, right place, roughly right time, definitely right uniform. I'd say we're doing pretty damn good. Because if other streamers were this fucked up, they wouldn't show up. But we have all come together.
Sam, we're all naked. Come on.
You didn't tell me. You didn't tell. I know, but you didn't tell me we were like that was the uniform, man.
It's the uniform. It's called the birthday suit.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hang
of
on,
course.
If you really want to make it match, tuck your wiener between your legs. No, I'm just kidding.
Streams.
I was gonna say
classic
hang on,
pre-stream ritual. OBS up, pants down. It is the method by which we prepare. It's the method by which we prepare for the journey into digital media.
That's so good.
Turns out the real shit post was the friends we made along the way.
Look, as soon as I turn on the OBS, I let my Black Pants flag fly, literally by pulling my tattoo out of my pants.
I mean, how else are we supposed to fly the flag of the Legion other than raising our pants up a pole, man? Like that's what it is.
Speaking
raise me on the pole, salute my butt.
Speaking of which, I'm practicing for I'm working up for a 10K right now, right?
Respect to that, but damn.
Yeah, the only way you're getting me or Sam to go 10K is having a 10K downhill that we can roll.
I'm working at it though, right? Like I'm slow as fuck, but I'm gonna finish. That's the objective, and for the record, it's always the objective. But
giggity.
There it is. Anyway,
I mean, there are a few things you could put at the end of a 10K that would get me to do a 10K. I'm not sure I'd be alive by the end of it, but I would damn sure attend it.
But
a handful, yeah.
I can't do it without the military classic standard of needing a guidon to run with. I require a flag under which to travel. So I have a 6 foot capped dowel now with a pair of black slacks, dangling, billowing proudly at the top that I intend to run the entire 6.2 miles under.
Here's the thing, though. Do you have your PT belt?
Oh no! Listen here. This shit's gonna be not safe. We're gonna be completely unsafe. I risk destruction each day without my high visibility belt. but I will not be visible. I will be undetectable to even the most trained NCO without it. And with this, I will finish first, for no one will see me coming from behind. I am approaching at low speed. Low speed. I knew. I gotta hand it to you. You know I do. I will approach at low speed, and thus I will win the race. It's like Turtle in the Hair, except it's some autistic guy with a black pants flag. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna overcome all adversary. I'm going to exactly low speed, high drag, minimum effectiveness, and that's how we're going to achieve great things.
It also helps the Legion will be there to do some target practice on your competitors.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, thank you. That's what I need. I need a Legion issued hit squad so that I have an opportunity to win this bitch.
I thought I was just supposed to go like hit on the people running.
Hey, look, if that's what it takes, I'm all about results, not means.
I won't pull out, like.
Like I said, yeah, no, it's all about results, not means. We're gonna get through this together as a family.
If the Legion goes tarps off, we don't have to use weapons. We can just stand across the road, and it'll stop everybody but Tooch.
Yeah.
What? Because they'll be blind, or they won't want to approach.
Later, Jack. Thank you for spending some time with us today. We really appreciate you.
See you, Jack.
We're on an archipelago? I didn't realize we were on an archipelago in game, by the way.
Yes, we are.
Wow.
Yeah, this all takes place on a series of islands.
I don't believe you.
I'm sorry. Okay, believe Miss Boatface over here.
Yeah, it looks like Messy Joyce does say it's so I am forced to take her word for it. Oh, apparently we're on top of that kid, what, from the cartoon. So that ain't going out so good. But it's alright. I thought we were in Revachol, though.
We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Lakayu.
One of the islands, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just being weird to her, because Kim wants me to just be weird to her. Still, I haven't seen anyone else on a boat.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema
Nobody else got boats.
Either.
Actually,
well, I guess the harbor would, but have you gone to the harbor yet?
Do what?
Have you gone to like the loading, like the place where the strike is happening?
Oh no, I've been wandering. I've just been kind of meandering, right? Like I got the body down, and then he said we need to fuck off and question everybody before I do anything with it. So now I'm beginning the questioning after I've got the body down. Like that was my first step, was remove body from tree, which should have been my first step 3 days ago, but you know, patience.
Things happen.
Yeah, things happen.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances
It's
in
like,
the
we
Bay
understand,
of Revachol,
buddy. We
between the
understand.
city and the islands.
Right. Does it have a name? What's the boat name? Does she have a name? I honestly was like, well, she just told us her name.
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word "it" feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name. A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair.
Quote number
Below,
63.
the sleek,
Martini Henry
fish-like
magazines
shape
are
of
for
the
people
hull
who miss.
Beneath that, a resounding darkness.
Hey, Jaeger.
You're reminded
Hello,
of something,
Jaeger. Good evening.
or
I have no idea what time it is. Good afternoon. Yes, that. Something or someone. Man, you gotta stop having introspective moments, boss. I'm gonna be real with you.
Stop looking inside yourself and start just speaking without thinking.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. I don't know. But the boat, cool, but like your boat really does need a name, though.
Okay. How about Cordelati 19?
It must be named.
I love
Why?
that's an option. It's like, why does your boat not have a name? You should.
Here, I got a fun side story that's tangentially related to boat naming. So I play in a Traveler game on Mondays and Wednesdays, and my DM is really good. He's really good at just running the games, and he's really good at dealing with all the charts and content that is in Traveler. And right now, our 5-man crew has made use of the rules in the game to open a company because we're able to steal some formulae for some high-end mercenary combat drugs. And we were able to, and we got enough money to open a small pharmaceutical company with a couple manufacturing lines. And we've been using that to make some more money. We've been successful in the roles with that. And we've gone from there to being able to, you know, do our own trading because we have a far trader.
Yeah.
And bouncing off of that, we are finally at the point where we have like several 100 million credits because we've been playing for 2 years, almost weekly for 2 years.
Dolores, though.
Why
And
Dolores?
I like
we're
Dolores.
looking to buy a Jump 4 ship, if you know anything
Well,
about
it means
Traveler.
nothing to me. I think
And
I'll stick with the
we
factory
found
name.
one
But thank
called
you
the
for the
Hunter's
suggestion.
Halo, but none of us really liked that name. And he's
It's
actually
a pleasure craft.
putting
A
as like a
19
task
pisser.
chain
It
and like a
also happens
thing,
to
like
be
like a
rated for
role play
Category
thing
1
in the
racing.
game. We're having
So
a
these days, I mainly
ship
use it for
renaming
business.
ceremony like they do in the real world that sailors do to avoid the bad luck of renaming a ship. Because that's like a real thing.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
just like my fun aside of ship naming. Of like, yeah, we're about to do a real world ship naming ceremony.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in game.
Okay.
I like
Oh
it.
yeah. No, that's really cool.
I've got-
So
never mind.
sorry, I actually I really love that. I love like the weird like little what's the word I'm looking for here? Shit. The little pieces of the small intricacies of a world like that, like adding something as simple as like, yeah, people would not rename their boat without a sailor. Like it's a big deal, right? Like, so you have to go through the whole event. Like, it isn't just, yeah, the boat's called Cheese Fuck now. Sorry, we can't. We're done. Let's go on to the next part of the adventure. You guys are like, no, we have to step back, do the fucking ceremony. If we don't, it's bad luck. Like that's the little stuff that I live for.
He and I actually planned some stuff kind of behind the scenes a little bit because he'll bounce ideas off me. And he told me, he's like, if like the rest of the crew didn't want to do that and like you guys renamed it, I was gonna give you like an off-screen -1 to all rolls that involve the ship
That's fucking
to
awesome.
represent the bad luck. I'm just
the
like,
machine
well,
spirit of the ship is pissed at you.
literally yes.
You guys can't have the unrenamed ship. It's super important. It will make the boat mad. You do not want the boat mad. Okay, but how do you like the boat?
My sloop?
Oh, the
I
boat's
like
for
it a
like
lot.
the fucking.
It's
Oh, they're
the
talking about their
eel's
boat.
hips,
I'm like,
baby.
our boat's gonna be fucking awesome.
I'm sorry, I love this. Did you just call it the eel's hips? You fucking mad woman. I adore that.
I'm enjoying
Yeah,
this.
I
modern
do
journey.
like
It
the
has so
old
little
hips.
to do with
That's
Yeah,
really
the thing that never existed.
I really do, the lieutenant
Yeah.
thinks. Is she
I mean,
thrown
you're
off
you're
yet?
doing more than me right
He's
now in
looking
RPGs.
for
All I'm
a
doing is
sister.
slowly taking over every local goblin tribe in Pathfinder.
You
Nice.
know, obscure goblin subjugation is an important part of the party's process.
Yeah,
I tell everyone that, and everyone thinks I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, one
Well,
day it's going to pay off.
it helps being a 8-foot tall orc that's just a mountain of muscle who can spew
Officer,
fire
I
from his
assure
hands.
you, I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the
I mean-
as she smiles.
We're slowly converting
Qualified
them to
pleasure craft
a
operator.
good-aligned goddess.
So
It's
charming.
been hilarious.
Where's the
I'm just
damn
watching this
license?
and making quips and telling stories.
Of course.
Oh.
I just renewed
that-
its safety
I
inspection.
really
last
like
month,
the
officers.
last tribe
It
we
is completely
subjugated because they had
seaworthy.
like
In
this
fact,
shitty
it's
wall
taken
made
part
out
in
of
not
metal.
one, but 2 insulindic
And
regatas.
so they
Did we
they were
finish once?
like the GM like
Another time,
role-played
though.
The
him
other time, I would have
talking to
finished the race were it not
himself
for an
on the
urgent
other
work
side of the
matter,
wall
much
because
like
the
the one I'm on
we had
now.
rolled up to it with like us and like
Why
our
wouldn't
other
it be?
60
This
goblins
is
going.
Revachol,
"You are
Wayfarer
going to
Optional.
join us or be
Anyone
wiped
can drive
out."
a boat.
And my character got
Good.
annoyed, so I just went and pushed over the wall because it wasn't well built. It was built by goblin. So it's just like,
Wild Pines do, though.
What we
this
do.
ain't got time for this wall.
I'm afraid I
Ain't
don't
nobody got
speak
time
for
for that.
Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant
And this one's just for
undertaking.
you, Tooch. This is also the same Traveler game where the DM wrote a ship charter for our crew and had all of our like in-game character signatures on it, just for fun. Like it's a ship charter that says like the rules under which we operate the ship.
The Pines call
Yeah.
Like an actual ship charter. Like he
Contains
modeled it off of
shipping,
actual ship
freight,
charters. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is
See
fucking
those
great.
airships
That's fucking
there?
awesome, dude.
It's totally
There's a lot of
unnecessary, but we've
design.
actually referenced it a few times in role playing to be like, you can't do that. We said we wouldn't see.
No, that's fucking cool. Like I love I love little stuff like that. It really does. It really does make the world feel so much more alive.
I could go on and on about it.
yeah.
Actually, the
Sure.
guy who got me my DM for
And
that
that
is the
is
guy
the
who bought me
term.
the Quest for Glory
Another
collection.
subdivision deals
He
with
was like,
energy,
would
oil
you
and
play
gas
this? And I'm like, that's a
offshore
Shitpost Sunday
platforms.
game. And he's like, so? And I'm like, yeah, I would play it on Shitpost Sunday. And he got me the collection. He's like, please do that.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. That's absolutely worth doing. So, I love that because actually, I believe I played a game. I have a game in my collection that one of our viewers got us, and I have yet to play
Yeah.
it. And it's
I had one too. It was called Two Worlds.
ha yeah. I know one of the guys who watches our stream was like, he hit me up, like via the aux and was like, hey man, he's like, check this, it's a fucking Steam key, and I was like, for what? He goes, the biggest shit post I know, and I was like, tell me more. No, it was a different. Actually, I think it was a different Discord. But still, he's like, I was like, tell me more, and he's like, this right here is like Legacy of the Druids or some shit, and I was like, and he goes, it's considered one of the worst games ever made, and I was like,
Oof.
I'm
Big
in.
title.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm absolutely in. I was like, that's a hell of a title to try to claim, and I'm like, I'm absolutely in. He's like, you're gonna want to wiki up for this. It's a nightmare, and I was like, yeah, I'll probably pull one up, but at first I'm gonna blunder around confusedly. I have yet to install it though, if I'm completely honest. I need to do so. That's a game that might actually need to go on Shitpost Sunday. Whether I finish it or not is objective, because I have, doing a little research, found out that it is in fact utter dog shit. So we will see what we will see when I get to it. But it is very exciting to know that someone out there cared enough about us to be like, man, wouldn't it be crazy if I gave you an actual piece of garbage? And I'm like, oh, dude, thank you.
I may try to do it on this at some point.
I'm
I
not
talked
at
about it.
liberty
I
to
may try to
discuss the
do
company
Two
balance
Humans.
sheet,
There's a couple
but
ways that I've
can
found
tell
that I can
you
acquire that
last
piece
year,
of
The
fuck.
company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
So, I was logging on to Steam to see what like shit
It's a number,
postage games, you know,
A
that
big
I
one.
can think of might be a good future game.
You better get that
It's
Valkyria
made of
Chronicles wrong. I'm gonna
1,000
come down there and
millions.
whip you.
A million
We're-
is
we'll
made of
get- we'll
1,000
get to Valkyria
thousands.
Chronicles.
I will
That is
beat
going
that
to be,
ass.
That is going to be the next thing I do for real though.
Yes.
20 billion is a
But
large
just
number.
logging
but the
in,
conglomerate employs
Steam has
72,000
introduced me
people.
to
They
a
all
game
need to be
called
paid.
Nico
Then
Navy,
there are capital
and
improvements.
it's a bullet
no.
hell where you play a cat, and it looks absolutely hilarious.
All right.
You know, I love like the offset of this great adventure that is shitpost. And it's like, well, these are some games that are actually really good, and also, but they're bad. They're bad, but they're good. Now it's like, I don't know, man. I got this game with a cat and a gun. You know, we'll figure it out. Like,
Bullshit.
Cat bullet hell, yeah.
yeah, well, it's kind of how I feel about. So, like yesterday, I was thinking back on like. Yesterday when I was playing that tournament, I was thinking back on when we used to run the circuit back like in the pre-COVID times, where it was like I would show up, I'd have done research, I'd have cared about like unit efficiency, I've done all the things you're supposed to do to like give a shit about the game and its like many components. I showed up to that event yesterday. I had like just barely enough material to play the game. I'd never played the list before in my life. He made it like the night before. And, like, I knew nothing. I knew nobody. I didn't have any of the shit. And I'm like, man. That's how it starts, right? With, so, like, all great ventures start with, like, we have everything we could possibly need. And then by, like, sort of a like, I won't say late, I'm mid, like, this is, like, the middle point of this, of Shit by Sunday. But, like, you know, a little bit later in of any giving event, you're immediately like, yeah, I don't know, man. Shit, I'm going to be 2 hours late, and I may or may not have the right stuff. We'll make it work. And I'm like, that's sort of just how everything goes, and I love that. I love that's just sort of like that's like a human trait. It's like I don't know, man. We'll make it work when I get there. We'll see. There's a certain
Pretty
degree
much.
of
whole life.
humanity to that I really respect.
Yeah, my
like
GM
the
started
human nature of
making
it.
us keep all our character sheets on Roll20 so that nobody could have the excuse they forgot their character sheet. He was just like,
It is a good resource. It's a great
Uh,
resource. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up tagging them like till Joyce Smith here because I love the story time. I just like I feel like this game's gonna take 2 years though, so I'm gonna start moving.
It's supposed to take 2 years.
I know it is though. Is the thing? It's a slow, considered game, but like also like this is still the first day.
That's what's got me scared about starting Valkyria Chronicles. It's only about 30 missions,
between the Samaran
but I
and
know
East
that
Indian Easterlers
they could take anywhere from
250
10
years
minutes
ago,
per mission
when
to like
pine
3
ships
hours.
explored the
Well, that's
South
fine
Seas
though.
and
We'll get through it.
Here's
as
the
we get through it.
example.
Tang
Here's
on
the
behalf of
example.
suzerain.
I'm playing the entire Heroes of Might and Magic series. It took me about 100 hours of streaming almost constantly to beat Heroes 2. Like, if you go and add up all the time, it was like 60 plus. It was close to 100 hours of content or some shit. It's crazy.
Right, and so that's the thing with like this sort of thing. It takes as long as it takes. I don't.
And that's
get
the
where-
first game out of 7.
Well, I mean, the other thing is my work's fucking with my schedule right now, and
they're
don't
doing
wanna
that shit
start-
again.
I don't want to start a really long game, and then halfway through be like, okay, guys, work's fucked my schedule, so I guess
You're
I
trying to wait for
gotta-
that to stabilize, I know.
I got an idea, but it's not a good one.
Mm.
So here's 2 things. First off, we do in her behind her blue flame first, right? And we definitely get room, and we just cheese the game, and that'll make it a lot shorter in that capacity.
Hand it over to Rosie and just let Rosie go fucking ham on everybody.
Really, Rosie? That's your
have gone
call?
into this
Okay,
together.
yeah, I suppose that works.
Vessels pass
You
through
don't
the
give it
great
to Edie?
unrest to re-emerge
No, hell
with
no.
apricots
I'm a good
and
device.
toast. The logic of the system is totalizing.
Maybe I
It's
say,
taken
yeah, I can see
everything
that.
from
Okay,
its
that's
employees to build
not the
it.
worst.
That or either him or Wolfstein. I can't remember her first name. That bitch is nuts. Although she does better with the flamethrower. She has like the inherent flamethrower thing. So probably gonna give it to Vice. Vice is probably the right call on the fucking machine gun business.
I will let y'all know now. I am going to cry during Valkyria Chronicles because it's got one of the moments that makes me the saddest of any game in that fucking game.
That's fine. I'll come spoon you.
I'm gonna need it, Rob. I'm gonna need it.
Oh lord, there's such a huge system. Want with plates like this?
You mean
though.
aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
8% of all cargo in the world. That's kind of a lot. Like that's probably a bunch actually.
There are no minor
Rob,
cogs in the
you've got the
system.
kind of
Each
like
terminal
level
must
of
be
roleplay
accounted for,
in your
lest the
RPG
entire
that I'm
system
like
break.
that I wish I
Every
had.
hiccup in such a
Dude, I
system
wish
means
the other
thousands
players
lose
in
their
my
jobs,
game
the
engage
world
with
over.
it because like I'll get
I'm
really
here to
into it
assure that doesn't
and
happen.
they'll just give like
With your
flat
help,
1-sentence answers to things and I'm
says
like
her warm tone.
Everything.
like it just kind of
Right up
kills
to,
me
but not
inside.
including trade
Yeah.
secrets.
Like
First, you'd
Like,
have to
I've
repeal
played
the
a mute
Emergencies
and
Act
gotten
of
into
Trade and Elements.
roleplay,
That
like,
gives me the right to
I
silence.
played
It's
I
quite
played a
the
mute
opposite.
guy one time. I played like a mute
Good luck.
monk
It's only kept in place by
who
vested interest
could
of half the
he could
civilized
hear and
world,
see fine, but he
including your
couldn't
own.
speak, and I had a lot of fun
What the
with that
man means
character.
is that the Emergencies Act and the
no,
RCM
I was playing
both
in a
get their
Naruto
authority from the
D20 game,
coalition government.
and like my guy just
I am
used
derailing
angry
us.
hand
You
gestures
wanted
to talk
know
to
about the
everybody.
strike.
Because like his throat
I
got
believe the
slashed when
official
he was like
title
on
is
his first
Senior
mission,
Labour
so he did have vocal
Negotiator.
cords
Hello,
anyway.
Jack boy.
Practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the
We're
Union's
good. We're
demands
hanging
to
out.
Wild Pines and
know.
return with Wild
doing
Pines
pretty good.
counteroffer.
You missed it. We're all like barely alive, but we're kicking here. We're here. We're making progress in this game, and we've talked about future projects. And then later, I'm gonna do some chill farm time and probably raise Mecha's blood pressure by no insignificant degree, as is my want.
I can believe
And how are the
that.
talks
I mean,
Nice.
I basically stumbled in drunk and hungover for the stream, so without
Yeah.
actually drinking, which is the impressive part of that.
Truly, it is an amazing time we're having.
They're not.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
problem.
Trua.
The
Valkyria
Union
Chronicles
stopped
1
all
has like
negotiations
one of
a
the
week
saddest
ago
moments
after
in
that
any
awful lynching
any
took
RPG
place.
ever.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Sad.
Now
Sad.
they're
I,
directly into the harbour.
I just realized that I fucked up, but I'll fix the fuck up in a minute. It's game related, don't mind me. I've made a mistake, but it's not something I can't come back from.
Yeah. Well,
There's a 2.2 meter racist, 2.20 meter racist standing, blocking the gates. Well, I can't wait to meet that guy. This is gonna be fun.
Hopefully,
I usually have to put the casual, like, hey guys, check out this casual racism. I've had to say it 4 times during this gameplay, and I've been playing it for 2.5 hours.
That's going to be a thing about Back Horror Chronicles. They have a lot of casual races.
The crazy thing is like the races in those aren't the races that exist here.
Right.
It's like they're not at all the same, and yet we still find a way to be like, ooh, that doesn't feel right.
Well, like, no, but then, like, the races individually aren't, but, like, some of the slurs have direct analog, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Maybe not that.
Well, it's not just that. It's, like, clearly, like, Kim is an analog for Asian culture, and it's like, oh, no, I understand that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, Juarez. Fezbear is like, and then there was Juarez, and I was just sitting there going, like, no, stop, no. Like, they really cranked it up to 11 in the last time we played that. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, that was good. When you said you were going to play it, I was like, well, you know, good luck out there. No, like, I was with it. I was like, oh, man, you okay, but, like, the you know, it's fine. It is a story being told in a specific way. Alternatively, chat's gonna have to be cautioned against that specific. Hey, look, so in advance, these guys gonna say some fucked up shit, like some actual, like, I don't tell your mom you heard this here. It's like the public education system. Like, don't come in here and repeat what we said. Like, it's life. All right.
Back Horror Chronicles gets as bad as Juarez, but few games do.
Yeah, Juarez, the second Juarez game, Bound in Blood, that we're playing, really just fucking gets after it. It's like, hey, you want to see some shit? And it's like, oh, stop. And it's like, nope.
You know, it would be crazy if I really just reinvented the genre of saying evil shit about people different from me. It would be wild. Please don't do it. Why, it's too damn bad.
Get with Juarez, man.
There is a connection,
this is a game that is unapologetically horrible.
Wait, so wait, I don't understand. How is that a subject for later? You can't be like, oh man, the strike is connected to the lynching, and then be like, okay, cool, I'm here investigating the fucking lynching. And she goes, I'll tell you about it later. No, motherfucker, tell me now!
Yeah, that seems very important.
Let's say I was not
yeah, Jack Boy. We weren't really talking D&D. We were RPGs and role-playing in general.
In general.
When did you
Yeah. I was talking Traveler stuff because that's what I'm playing in right now. I'm playing it right now. I'm not gonna lie, I have like one little mustache hair that is just in the lower periphery of my vision, and it's one of the light. Like, I have mostly brown mustache.
Yeah.
But I have like a couple little blonde hairs in there, and this is like a sandy blonde strand. And it is sticking out no matter how much I start to push it, get it down. So it's just there, and I can see it. It's just a little poking out the bottom of my vision. It's driving me fucking nuts. I'm gonna go get my.
I think I would prefer that to gray hair. I've got way too much gray hair.
No, I haven't turned very gray yet. I got a few spots, but I haven't turned very gray yet. So someday I'll be both distinguished.
Your child is still young, Rob.
Exactly. Someday I will be a distinguished silver fox, but for right now I am a brown bear.
14-year-old daughter. My silver and gray is just pouring in.
Yeah, quickly filling. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get my beard straightener and I'm gonna deal with this. I'll be back in like 5.
Pretty tame stuff compared to every
there are 2 RPGs I would love to play if I could find a GM to run them and get other players to take them seriously.
About what? About anything.
One of which is Pendragon King Arthur, which is a wild game. that
Just so you
actually
understand,
doesn't have a
this
lot
is
of
but
love out
one
there
of
because it's got some
22
finicky
terminals
systems.
owned by Wild Pines.
But instead of playing a
Essentially, not
character, you're
only
playing
are
a
they kings
dynasty.
of the company,
Like
they are
you're
also
playing a
kings
noble
of the
house
72,000
through like
employees of Wild Pines
King
Group.
Arthur's grandfather's reign
I'm not
until
sure.
his death.
Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position.
And
A
the
hard-nosed
other is
tactic with a
any
side of
any
mockery.
Legend of the Five
But
Rings
there's been
game
no
I could get
follow-up,
into,
just the same
I would be
nonsensical
in love.
slogan repeated over and over
Yo,
again.
so my TM the other day was working on a project for a different group he's in, and he wrote the entire lore of the world using well, I helped using the so you know those things that generate AI generated images? They're very popular. Everyone's seen them. There's one that does magic cards, right? And the reason I bring this up is because he wrote the entire lore of this world for this this short campaign. It is like gonna be like a 6-session situation, sort of a one-off. He wrote the entire lore for that world using the flavored AI generated flavor text of those cards.
That's pretty insane, but I love it.
So yeah, I just thought that was really worth mentioning. I was like, at first I was skeptical of the method, but by the end I was like, you know what, this is almost a comprehensive enough universe to play in. I actually respect the shit out of this idea now that I've been here. I thought it was a gimmick, but like, he was like, yeah, he goes, I could make one. He goes, but I kind of want to do something that like takes away from my storytelling a little, and like want to pick some. He goes, I want some wild elements, and so he let the universe generate those elements, or at least a machine-based, a machine-based idea on what that world should be like. And so it's kind of cool to see it manufactured one chunk of unintelligible lore at a time.
Yeah, I've seen that magic card generator. It is fucking bonkers how that thing works.
Yeah, it's really funny though. You get some genuinely funny funny stuff.
A disastrous situation.
My favorite, well, there's been some really good ones. If you understand the game at all, if you play the game, then like the effects are usually just kind of funny. Just by like the nature, they're not very playable.
Busted as shit.
Yeah, they're either extremely busted or not playable at all by being, just because the words don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like one will be like, it'll be like when this creature enters the battlefield, red enters the battlefield.
Yeah.
Okay, sick. Thanks. What does this mean though? Like, and I love that. Or this creature has
red mana for this creature entering the battlefield. Is this what you're telling me?
No, it doesn't say that. It just says red enters. What is red? I don't know. It's an unidentifiable object with no game relevance.
That's how I'd argue for it. I get one red mana.
No, we're not gonna. No, card as written. We're not. So this all comes back to the fact that we're also printing these for play later. That's not important. What is important because they're unintelligible. One of them just says creatures with flying. Nothing about them. It just has that sentence. That's it. That's all it says. So I bring this up because we've been using the flavor text, and it's really funny because you get these names and people and places from the flavor that doesn't mean anything individually, but he's like, no, these together will be woven together like crushed graham crackers into the crust of a pie. Will these be hammered together into a world that will be playable by at least 4 people for a minimum of 6 weeks? And I'm like, all right, madman. So far, though, I redact my statements of disbelief because this has become an extremely functional way of doing this. By process of just having a little creativity and having some set pieces created for you. It's really fun, actually.
I was gonna say,
I apologize. I'm on mute for this.
Are you just making a like Cthulhu worshiper? Because I feel like most of the monsters are gonna be Cthulhu-esque.
I started to blow my nose. I didn't want y'all to hear me like sniffling and snotting. But yeah, no, it's the world is fascinating. The creatures themselves have like actual like relevant analog creature types. For example, there was like, but then some of them are really funny. I will I'll post some of this shit in like the Ox later, and I'll send to you, Sam, individually, and be like, yeah, so this is what we're working with here for world building. Oh wait, I'm sorry, wait, I missed that. Did you just say the words "call me mañana"? Cause yeah, fuck yeah, there's a guy named Call Me Mañana.
This checks out.
Does it?
That's a hell of
First off, that's a great name. I'm with it.
I mean, Jackaboy, you're free to tell your story to the world, man. Nobody's stopping you.
Yeah, dude, hit it. I appreciate you sharing with us. I'm always entertained.
Everard Clare is a man of
Seventh
the
Sea is good.
utmost integrity.
Good Fazbear.
If you can say one thing about
in
him,
Blackfire,
it's that he
I feel
always
your
puts
pain,
the
man.
interests
I
of the
have been in
workers
love with
first.
Legend of Five Rings since I was 11, and I've never gotten a good game of it.
I wish you were
It-
closer, Sam, because there's a big L5R group here.
Yeah.
Like they get together and play L5R, like the RPG, and then there's I have another friend who has a collection of 4 of every L5R card ever printed.
That is impressive.
Yeah,
The lore.
he
The
loves
lore
it.
Of course
is
not.
crazy.
Everard
Because
is
the
Hello,
lore
Pistol.
of how the
corrupt.
L5R works
I
is
imagine he
generated
has a
is
thick,
insane.
viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Tell her how you really feel, Joyce. Damn.
If you were to prick it with something sharp, you
Edvard
could
is
see oozing out.
fantastically
A knife,
corrupt.
maybe?
You don't
No, a
say.
rapier.
Rapier.
What's up?
Oh,
Pistol?
heavens no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
There are 2 of this guy.
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term
Yeah,
limits, you
Blackfire.
see, with a funny
It is a
little
pain to get
switcheroo.
people to step
While in office, they've
outside of
embezzled
D&D
God
because
knows
there
how
are some
much of their
legitimately
workers' dues.
like really good systems out there for doing other things.
The Debardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections.
Like I've never
The
had a
brothers
game
Clare
make me
came and
feel like I
transformed
was
us
in
into
an action
how do
movie
you say?
more than
A
a
mob. The Debardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be,
Savage
I
Worlds.
suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see.
I don't
Would you
know.
say the Debardeurs Union is...
I don't know, like I don't play a ton of RPG stuff. I just don't have like my scheduling doesn't work that way, and then parties don't work out. The people I want to play with don't. Oh, like I have groups where I have players individual in them over the years where I've been like, man, if I had you 4 together, this would be a fantastic event. But unfortunately, it's always like me, one person I like, and 2 people I tolerate, and it holds up for long enough, but not long enough for me to like. I don't know.
Like,
It's just not.
Every
It doesn't
piece
work
of
that way for me. You know, like I just don't. Yeah, I'm gonna be like doing RPG stuff is fun, but you gotta have a group you genuinely like, you like for the process, and it's so hard to get that.
Yeah.
Realistically, outside like the online. I gotta say, online I just don't hit the same. That's all.
Yeah.
As for tabletop wargaming, well, like I've been blessed in having the quantity of that close at hand. I don't know what you... Wait, hold on. What do I think the Debardeurs Union is? Bro, my partner just told me it was a crime syndicate. I'm gonna go with him on this.
Thank you for being candid.
Alright.
Sadly,
What
while
happened in the
I'm glad
elections?
you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Wait, hold on. Can I go down into the abyss? I can. Weird. I just noticed you could scroll down lower than the text exists, and I was like, why?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
This forewoman, her name?
What was her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman. In
I
private
kind of
correspondence,
wish I'd recorded
Holly.
the game
I don't even know if it's
I
a
had
sir or given
ran
name,
for Squick
and I don't have
and,
access to the
Haverin
union's
and
files.
stuff because
Downright
man,
haunting,
Squick
if
played
you ask me.
an
The
insane
Wild Pines
fucking
suspected
character
foul
in
play,
that game.
but what could they do? It was a union matter.
Oh yeah. The last 4 games have been more than 2 to 3 sessions. That's also a curse, unfortunately, is that you get like 2 or 3 in and something happens, a schedule change, a disagreement of personalities, or just life, you know? And so like this world that you have investment in and interest in, it just kind of dies there, and that's sad, you know? Like I that's another thing, is it's hard to get involved with that. And characters come and go. And then as you get attached to people, like to these characters, that can be its own trouble, because you know, experience like loss is so hard to deal with in real life anyway. I feel like now just holding on to anything in the modern age is so damn hard. Like taking part in an experience where you can spend 2 to 3 weeks with a character, a place, an idea, and then it just isn't anymore. It's not exactly an easy sell in my opinion.
It can be character fatigue, like losing characters is a real like pain.
Yeah, and then like that, and like losing characters, losing groups, the time you've put into something, that investment of your mortal coil into something to have it just stop happening it's not something that's easy to sell people on right now. And it's and that's just like that's RPGs, you know. You got to accept that going in. It's like this will end, this character will end, this world does have a terminus, but like that's having it be so abrupt can often dissuade people from being like, you know what, I want to do this again, or I want to get involved in this, because it's like I'm tired of hanging out with groups that don't make it past session 1, you know, or session 3, and then we've all this work and all these ideas and concerns and scheduling has been a farce, and I can see where it's got like a lot of difficulty in some people's minds. Let's see here. Oh shit! Hello, Gary. I'm glad you're here. Rob, are you still with us?
Thank you for your concern.
He went
We'll
to
be
get
just fine.
something and then just didn't come back.
I wondered, because I wonder what happened to him. He hadn't spoken in a minute, and I was like, what the hell happened to him?
He said something about his mustache hair bothering him.
He did. He told me about that, and then and I was like, yeah, okay. I figured that conversation was long enough that he could have removed a mustache hair.
Yeah, it's probably the thing. He pulled one,
Yeah,
and then he's like, God, it doesn't look right. So he pulls another one, and then he's like, oh my God.
How else can
And
I
then
help?
just, he's probably just still in there, just
Quite
still
a few
pulling them.
things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share
Yeah.
with you includes sensitive
It
trade
happens.
secrets.
People go
For the sake of
insane.
my employer,
He's gonna come
I
back
have
and
to
just be
ask
like,
your
look,
names
guys, I
and
don't
badge
have a
numbers.
mustache anymore.
Of
It
course,
is what it
ma'am.
is.
We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41.
He looks at you expectantly.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Well, I did have an unusual episode, boss.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? Oh dear.
Yeah,
I suppose this does explain some of the...
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
See,
Of
my
course,
problem
I
as a
sympathize,
GM
but I'm afraid I simply can't
is
share
that I have
anything
been
more
told
until I've
I
seen
take
that
the game
badge.
way too seriously when I GM.
Feelings
And maybe
will
that's
guide the
true.
way.
I don't, I can't
I
say
assure you,
for certain.
it is no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming this situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible.
It's one of those things that, unless you're a
Trust
GM
me,
who's
officer,
going
I
in
am fully
a
committed
silly
to resolving this
system,
impasse.
like,
This isn't some
if you're
side
not
gig for
taking
me.
it seriously, what's the point in being there? Like,
She's silent.
I don't know.
The wind
It's a weird
flaps
thing
the
for
sail
me.
above her.
What's that? I'm sorry.
GMing RPG games.
Yeah.
Like I've been told I've been told I want people to be too serious while playing, and I'm like,
Be
if I'm investing 8 hours a week to make the game world you're playing in, I'm just asking you to respect the time I've invested in, and I think that's like the real problem I found with a lot of games I've ran.
Well, so you kind of gotta set that that expectation at the beginning, though, right? Is that like you can't? That's something that the DM I respect most that I've worked with, that I've played with. That's an expectation thing. At the beginning of the campaign, you guys say, guys, this is a serious campaign. Like, if you don't want to play this, if you don't want to play this role seriously, like in this world, like then don't. Like then just don't play, right? Like, that's not, and that means that they won't play and you don't have a game. Fine, but it's about managing your expectations both for yourself and your players, and reminding them that they don't want to do the job you agreed to. This is your world. How they interact with it is directly affected by you. So like, if they don't want to, like, that's why you set those expectations early, so it's not a surprise when you're like, I don't like this interaction we're having. You can set that standard early on. And I think that's one of the things that's definitely important. Because if it's like, this is a lighthearted campaign, or like you guys can clown on it a little bit or go wild, that's fine. But I think GMs genuinely need to set their expectations for what they're playing, not for what their players do, but for like how they approach this world, so that you don't feel like you're wasting your time, and they don't feel like the world like overbearing. It's just important, because if you're invested in a story, there's nothing worse than one of your fucking, like, I think that's an important thing to do, is manage your expectations for RPGs. Because if you're a player and you come in and you play your role within this world extremely efficiently, or not efficiently, extremely with genuine conviction of your character, right? There's nothing worse than being in a party with someone who keeps the clown shoes on. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, shut the fuck up, dude. I played one of the 2 games of 5e I played. I hate 5e. I think I've talked about this before on stream. I really hate 5e. But like I said, one of the 2 like campaigns of 5e I played, it was 3 people who played there are 4 of us. 3 people played their character completely seriously, and our 4th player just was like, like, it was constant jokes. It was constant, like, haha, I'm gonna do the wacky thing. Like, shut up, man. Like, it's fine to, like, make to do something that you in your mind has like, if you mentally, like, you rationalize that what you're gonna do seems a little off, but it has a purpose, that's fine. But if you're like, whoa, I'm gonna say something weird or funny and just derail the world for like 5 to 10 minutes, or fuck up the adventure because I want to do something that's like clownish. Like, it's not, you're not amusing me typically. I'm like, oh my god, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I deal with enough dumbasses like in real life. I don't need you adding your brand. Yeah. Exactly, Pistol. That Pistol has a perfect point. It's like you're supposed to have as much fun as possible, and like that, you can have serious campaigns, without and do so, and the fun comes from you achieving things. It's a different kind of experience. You don't need that. You don't need that sort of like utter madness, because people are like, another thing Cold Dog just added is like, chaotic doesn't mean that you derail shit. It's like, exactly, like, chaotic means you don't have, like, the way you do it is like, people perceive, it's like, well, I'm playing this chaotic alignment here. It's like, cool, but like, if you have serious, for real objectives in a world, this world, that world, any world you're playing in, right? You don't typically hang out with, like, you don't hang out with someone whose entire character trait is rampant schizophrenia. Like, it's like, okay, listen, I can love and tolerate who you are, what you're dealing with over there, crazy guy, but I for real gotta go and kill a dragon, which requires me to have competent, intelligent allies, and also to get there in a timely fashion with a meaningful plan, and I don't have the time or patience for that. Like, being a chaotic character means that, like, you just approach problems differently, but it requires you to approach the same problems as your party does. And, like, that can be, and if you play it to be just an actual madman, an absolutely mad lad, you can play that character, but, like, don't be surprised if people around you are like, dude, I need you to, I get your character, but please, we are trying to do this. We have only so many hours a week as adults, and I need you to focus.
And like,
Officer.
And see, I've proven this to people. You can play, like, a stupid character and be competent. Like I had a character whose tagline is, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
I don't mean to sound cold,
like,
but if you
that was his whole jam. But he was good at it.
You're still getting
right? Like, the villain would show up and he'd be like, I don't care about your monologue. Come punch.
I'll be frank
But, like,
with you.
I didn't
If I'm
hamper
going
the
to break
party with it,
protocol,
even though he was
I need
kind
to
of
be
like
able to
an idiot.
justify it to my superiors. They're going to want
But
to
I've
see
literally
something
had players, like, I
tangible.
ran a Star
The
Wars
Union
game
is conducting
where
drug
in the
trade
middle of a
out harbor.
firefight, where
It's an
the
open
party
secret
was
door.
probably going to
find
die
it.
if they didn't get a
We're
door
working
open.
private before we continue.
The hacker was like, I rolled to look up Wookiee porn. And then we're like, okay, seriously, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm rolling to look up Wookiee porn. And I'm like, you realize everybody else is in a fight for their life right now.
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox
And it was
technique
just,
to keep her off balance.
I've had
and
some
not
really bad
volunteers
moments with
to
players
give her
just
hand. This
deciding
woman is
they were
running
done
circles
with the
around
game and
She
just
might have known
wanting
about
to
your
derail it for
misplaced
no
badge
fucking
all along.
reason.
Or
Like,
she's
if a
simply
person
another
decides they
He
just
doesn't
want to
let
be
it
done
show.
with the game, they should.
But
I
there is
feel
a
like they
limit
should
to
wait
how
till the
much
end
the
of session to
consequences of your
not ruin it for
unprofessional
everybody
behavior
else.
can cost the
But
investigation.
and then just, you know, remove
Oh,
themselves from
that
the
would
game.
be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters. You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months. I'm sure you will. detective.
Disco Elysium game where everybody using everyone as John and the players are various skills in the guy's head. That would probably be a lot of
Yo,
fun.
that's fun.
Technically, you wouldn't
See,
be a cop
that's a
anymore,
good, like,
but
silly
a
game that'd be
hobo.
pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah.
That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your
Oh,
adventures.
we just lost Rob.
But
I hope he's
who
okay.
knows where the
Me
hobo
too.
part takes you? To the bar,
Banish
the
from
old
chat.
Lassamore, to the pier, or the
He'll be
sewers,
alright.
to Le Royale.
He's a
For
strong boy.
300 years, they interred the dead.
Strong and
You
healthy.
could plunder
He'll
the
endure.
royalist crypts
We all must.
for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Aramakan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
Fuck yeah, they are. Fuck yeah, they are, dude. There we go. Now we're drawing the lines. These are the lines that will make it work. I don't know if that's gonna work real good or not, but it's okay. Wait, hold on. 15 and no, we'll come back to it later. Probably. I don't know that. Alright, sick. I will do your bidding no
You're
more.
back. Good. That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching
Yeah,
question.
Jack boy, that seems pretty good. You know, that seems like it'd be a pretty good campaign.
So let me erase. So in your one shot, you DM'd. It was a party of retired inventors to escape the nursing home. All right.
Hey, I
Fair
can
enough.
accept Zane in a game if it's part of like the premise, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. Like that's what I'm saying though. It's about managing your expectations for what this adventure is, what the party's doing, what you're doing. If you can manage the expectations, you can do anything. But like the minute you start like, you know, you lose track of that, that's when it gets a little weird, you know.
And I've
Better
probably
not
had
tie the full
moments in a
stage to the
campaign where my
backstay on this.
character is doing
I
something
hope there
way
is something
dumber
else
than
I
they
can-
should.
She wants
Than they
to
should have.
answer the
Like I know
question.
I played in a
Protocol keeps her
Masks
from it.
game where like a church group was like
Of course,
persecuting
Detective.
one of my fellow teammates.
You're back.
So every time we
Good.
passed
It's
their
quite
church, I just made a
straightforward.
giant
Someone
golden
is using
dick appear
Terminal
in the
B
front
to
of the
smuggle
church,
raw ingredients from the Samaran Isla into Revachol with the
which
Union's
is a little
blessing.
silly. Welcome
Wild
back, Rob.
Pines has
Are you with us
suspected
now?
it for years.
I am back.
Ingredients
Yes.
for what?
Have you slain
Meth
the golden
and
hair?
dextroamphetamine,
Oh yeah,
GBL, and various
I slayed the
synthetic
golden hair and then I
psychedelics.
got yelled at a
Honestly,
bunch.
it
was
might
great.
be quicker to say what you can't
We
make
were
from the
worried
stuff.
about you.
Yeah, we were like, oh man, we're like, damn, he left his fucking mustache. His mustache
It took over.
got him. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did a dwarf show up and ask you for 3 golden hairs?
No, I wish.
Hold
That'd be
on.
nice.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to interpret the last thing that
Dexterous amphetamine?
yeah, I'm trying to understand what Pistol's saying. Trying to make heads or tails of that. Are you talking about Sam?
Yeah, I think he was referring to my
Yeah,
bookkeeper.
I was like, yeah. I was genuinely just trying to follow up. Like, I'm like, all right.
Oh,
I'm
about
interpreting.
Sam's
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Okay, cool. Sorry, I didn't understand the phrasing at first, but I was able to interpret it after several minutes of, well, mostly staring at it. And I apologize for me being unable to directly infer what you meant. My bad. But I was, I got there, though. I did get there.
This isn't an issue I've had in like the last 5 years. Because I quit playing with everybody that I
Yes,
played
but
D&D
you
with
won't
in
get
high
anything
school.
out of
I'm still
Evergrant and
friends with them all.
Workers Union.
It's just
Still.
at one point in my life I realized I do
chain
not
has
want to
its
play
weak
D&D
link.
any of.
The lorries. Someone needs to move the
And
ingredients
I know that
from the
sounds messed
harbour
up
into
for
the
like
city.
having
Once they
friends
reach
for that,
Jamrock,
for
they're
like going through
distributed
that
to a
long with
network of
people and
local
it's being like, you know, I really don't
well
like
beyond
playing
our
games
grasp.
with y'all.
But in transit, they are vulnerable.
I got that way.
Perhaps you've
Sometimes it
noticed
happens.
that a number of
Um,
lorries
I
are
I
tangled in a
play
traffic
so many
jam
more
at the
games with the
roundabout
Legion
just
now than I do with like my
Interview the
IRL and
drivers
older
who are
friends.
still hanging about.
Because I just
One of them might be
found
waiting
it to
for a
be
crucial
more
shipment.
pleasing
Her
as an
irises are
experience.
light green, like the
be
river
honest.
Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's
But
clearer.
no,
I'll
the
be
one
explicit.
L5R
If
game
you
I
find
tried to
this
run,
driver,
everybody got
I will
mad
share
because I'm
company
like, I
secrets
want
with you.
everybody to pick a single
No.
clan
We
to be
asked
from.
East Motor Track
And
to
then they're
raise
like,
the
but there are
drawbridge.
like
The
8
road
great
company is a
clans and all
partner
these
of one of our
sub-clans, and I'm like,
subsidiaries.
yes,
However,
but an
this is a
L5R
limited
story
time
is so
opportunity.
much easier
Once the complaint
if
has
you're
been
all just
processed
from
by
one
the
clan.
trade committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge. and
It's
the
like,
operation will
because pretty
continue.
much there's only
Thousands
one
of
game you
liters
can
of
run in
raw
L5R
ingredients will
if
pour
everybody are
onto
from
the
different
streets of
clans,
Eversholt.
and that's a
Not the
magistrate
east
game.
across the river, but the
Where
west.
they're just running
vulnerable,
around
the
being
weary.
samurai
Well,
cops,
it
which
is
I guess some
disposed.
people like.
What is that,
But
Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track.
oddly enough,
and
there is
beg
not
them
a
to
clan
open the
bear
drawbridge for
or
me.
ghost bear in
I've known this since I
L5R.
first rode in, on my motor
They do have
I am
the
sorry
Great
for the
Crab Clan
inconvenience,
who hold
Lieutenant
the wall.
Kisaragi, but we need them trapped
though.
here. This is a unique
So
opportunity.
they're
I'm
kind
sure you
of like
understand.
Clan Ghost Bear in that they don't really give a shit about other people's feelings on the way a samurai should be, and they're just themselves, which is what I respect about Clan Ghost Bear. So
Yes? Excellent. It may come. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
Yeah, I guess I'll slowly meander back across town then. Clean
The
Inspector
dialogue
Weird.
is so expansive. It's so crazy.
Oh yeah, no, like we talked to her for real world 30 minutes. I know there was some tangents where we talked about other stuff in real life. Like we talked about like DMing and sort of setting expectations and stuff for like your parties. But in spite of that, like I found a coat.
I love the fact your guy's just a dude with a crowbar.
Yeah, hell yeah. I found a new coat in the trash.
Excellent.
Time to don my trash coat. Fuck yeah. Look at me. Handsome.
But no. That is a good coat.
Captain's coat with your rubber fucking gloves.
Yeah, I got a rubber's gloves. I got this, what do I got here? Hold on. I'm
don't
armed
look-
well. I have the ledger of failure and hatred. I have a pry bar, these green snakeskin boots, and now I bear the signal blue coat. Nothing can stop this man. I'm dressed as professionally as a person can be.
I guess the savoir-faire could stop you with your -2 in that.
Is there no run button in this game?
You
I
can
mean, the art style's
There is.
gorgeous.
Oh,
There
you can
is.
double click and you can kind of like a shuffle going.
I think WASD and Shift will run.
Is that right?
Oh,
Oh yeah, this game is stupid hard to control this way though.
okay.
It can be. I think you can hold it down while you click too,
All
and he'll
around you,
run.
The
Is that
spring
right?
thaw must
I think
begin.
so.
The snow is melting.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
Looking up at the
I say I
sky,
don't think you have to. I just think that's
dripping from your
control.
ear.
Yeah, sure.
Blackfire,
Grey
my
sky
favorite
like
story
Same
of the
here.
Crab Clan
Clouds
is
colliding with one another.
when the one chick
Rain
takes over as
falls down
daimyo of the
on the
clan,
world.
and like everybody's demanding she get married, so she's like, "I will marry the man who
Your
can
coat
best
shields
me in
you
a
from the
fight."
rain, while the
And then they
city
proceed to
shivers
have a
around you.
tournament, which is just a big fucking
Sheets of rain over
pile
the water,
of everybody
a flight of
fighting
stairs
everybody.
leading
And
into
at the end of
ocean.
it, she's unconscious,
Wave after
and then
wave
the one
washing
guy
the coast
left
of
is the guy who
Norway,
was sent there
with its
basically to
motorboats
die
and gently
because he
swaying
was a
reeds.
diplomat and his
The ruins
family
of
was
a
mad at
half-sunken
him.
sea
So he
fort
was sent just to get
crumble
creamed
on
by
an
like all
beyond
the other
Bay of
suitors.
Revachol.
But since he
Ghosts
was the only one
rise
awake,
into the
she's like,
sky.
"Well, I guess we're getting married now."
The
And he's like,
skyscrapers of
"Please
La
don't kill
Delta,
me, giant
the
woman."
financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go
Skyscrapers of La Delta.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinez every day. Urban coastline, rain dripping off Etonite-covered roofs, cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction, a defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water. Coal City, end of all lines. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
What's in the east?
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder
close
like
enough,
an animal
pistol.
trying to shake water from its hide.
I need to go charge my. I need to get my phone charger in a second. Because that's how I'm interacting with chat, and my phone is dying. So I'll have to get my phone charger in just a minute. But that's okay.
From what I
Intermission.
have
You shudder,
discovered, pistol,
looking
yes,
down
that
at your
does
feet.
seem to indeed
Dirty
be what we're.
rainwater runs
Yeah, it's like a
veins into the plaza's
post-apocalyptic,
snow.
steampunky, like dystopian setting.
What's that? This?
This game.
Yeah. This is a. Its setting is sort of a diesel punk nightmare version of a semi-French archipelago that has suffered at the hands of foreign governments that occupy its highest strata of government after a failed communist revolution.
Yeah,
That's the rough long and short of it.
it's just like it's almost like colonized by like these other governments. It's almost like it's like an imperial vassal almost. These like other governments is all split up and like it's caught up between all their bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point where there's
Two
like no
green
real
snakeskin
government anymore.
shoes
It's like just
stand
market
attention
forces,
of
businesses,
the
and
mosaic
stuff.
Paving of the plaza.
And the people just try to get by, like to the point where you're not even actually
Take side
government-sanctioned
apartments.
police.
Tower blocks
You're a
crowd
citizens
the
militia
plaza.
who tries to
Yeah.
maintain
For 6
order
million
in the
Orders,
wake of the
yeah.
revolution.
Lodged in their war-torn
Yeah.
stone walls.
Which is why your equipment is whatever you can find laying around the docks.
Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a
Oh.
war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Filthy
So you
water
know,
pools around
after
the
Shitpost
body.
Sundays is done
Droplets
at
of
some
rain
point today,
slip
I
from the
think
dead
I'm gonna go
man's
get
cold
Japanese food. And
cheeks.
Ooh.
I had Japanese food yesterday.
A traffic jam.
That's what we ate for
Noodles.
lunch.
Rain
Yeah.
thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles.
It was alright.
Inside, drivers watch water
in this place,
streaming
man,
down
you
their
go and you
windshields.
order, and like
The
I've
statue
got to
of a
remember,
king shudders. He
do
too
not
is
order
cold.
sides because the
canal
portions they
bridge has
send
been
you are
raised.
massive.
The road
Oh, so it's like
descends.
Chinese food.
A
Yeah,
raised
like,
motorway
it's
obscene
loops above
portions. I
the
find
ghetto.
Yeah.
I find
Beneath
Japanese
its
and
concrete columns,
somebody
a
will
sea
take this
of
the wrong way. I
rooftops,
find Japanese
woodwork,
food, like when I go
and
get
tar
Japanese, to be like
stretches northward.
just higher quality
Four-story
than when I get like
buildings as
takeout
far as
Chinese
the rain
food.
can fall. The
That's it,
snows
right? Like you're
melt
going
in
for the
Jamrock.
quality.
Revachol
You know,
is the
I mean,
capital of
if
the
you
world.
go
It's usually
to-
more
Jamrock
expensive, but
is
if I
the
get like
capital of Revachol.
Japanese pho
It's home.
and like it's like really those really thick like tube
I love
like
this
noodles.
line. I think this is fun. Just
What?
the casual DMX reference and the fucking.
With the hood, with the hood, with
Have a brother in the cat.
rip.
Where the hood at?
I'm genuinely glad that they had that voice. Genuinely glad it's here.
To be in Martinez, where no
Yeah,
one
Square.
goes,
That
at the
that seems
runoff point
accurate.
of a
Yeah,
long
that's
forgotten
square. That's
canal,
pretty
in the
close.
whitest part of town. In the shadow of the day, the revolution fell. Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland. In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. It's the only home you have now, but you can't go back. Not like this. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink. Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears. Collapsed storm drains, old sewage systems flooded with rainwater. Hidden weapon caches from the revolution. Doors leading down to Leroyam. The catacombs to which, for 3 centuries, they delivered the blue-blooded dead.
Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, we're only dressed for this rain because I found a coat laying on the ground, Kim. Yeah, so holding shift and clicking does not achieve the run. So we're just gonna kind of scoot that way. Yeah, that's all I hear. There's no music. It's just squalling seabirds. Sure enough. Splatter of bullet holes. Look how everything's all like blown the fuck out. What's this? What you got here? Hold on. Oh, I thought I had something. I guess I don't have something. Oh, it's $2. Never mind, I have something. Yes, I'm picking this bag up. This is my bag. Hell yeah. Now I've got stuff. What kind of stuff? Well, trash mostly, but it's my trash. I'm the trash man. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start asking questions about this drug trade because I really need to make this woman tell me about murder.
The drug trade or to stop murder?
For the drug trade now, because this will lead to the murder stoppage, probably. I am the law.
You sure are, my man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you
Wonderful.
told me I was playing a game where I'm just a cop,
Yeah.
that's not like
You play it
government.
like Drug
force,
Dread?
I probably would run around drudge dreading.
Oh,
It's like
no, there's-
you don't understand. I don't have to follow government rules. You're gonna tell me. But you know, I've also played clerics who thought it was okay to just repetitively break someone's hand and heal them until they agreed to tell me the information I wanted.
So what's going
the jam,
on,
my
man?
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts of the modern era. You can almost taste it.
You mean the traffic jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, and all around
Oh man,
clusterfuck.
I should just buy
Meanwhile,
golf with
we're all
friends
stuck
for all
here
of
in
us and
long-haul
us have a
limbo
shitpost
for
Sunday
days
golf with
upon
friends
days
day.
upon
Dude,
days.
I would love to do that. I would absolutely
Oh,
adore
days.
like the shitpost Sunday golf event. That would be so much fucking fun.
Rob, do you have golf with friends?
I might. I'd have to look.
Okay, I just want to check before I buy 3 copies of it.
I'll have to look. We can do it in post. We can do it on stream.
Yeah.
That. So I don't have that open right now, and I'm just kind of passively. I'm just listening and watching, checking on chat.
I'm glad you're here with us, though, Rob.
I am too.
Yeah.
Just use GTA.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up, Cold.
Yeah, it's.
Fuck no. Also, there was, like I said, I want to do. I don't know. I need a good wacky golf game. That's something we had in a while. It's like a goofy ass golf game. There was a while there were like a bunch of them, and they were really playable. And then there's like a few niche ones that have come out, but nothing really.
It was like a
interesting or
big
fun.
indie thing. There's like Cursed to Golf is like the latest one I've heard of.
Yeah. But like,
Yeah, Pistol
but none of
Hom
them-
was finished from midnight to 6 Eastern, a.m. Eastern this morning. We finished Hom 2. Sorry, continue.
No, we're fine. Yeah, now like there's golf racing, right? And like there's like giant robots golf and stuff, but like it's all kind of, it's not what I'm looking for. It's not what I'm looking for, and nothing has been what I'm looking for in so long that I can't even remember what it was I was looking for to begin with. One day I hope to find it again, though.
Feels
How long
like
have been
forever.
here, though? Actually,
Like I was born on this here roundabout, and this was all I ever knew.
How long
Just
have we
me
been
and the
sitting here?
metal and
2
the
hours.
tires, the
Just
oil
about.
and the fumes and
Almost. Yeah, it's
An
almost.
hour 15 left.
I was originally asking this dude the question in game, but
I
Yeah.
get so confused if I like look away to like look at like the chat or something.
Oh yeah, no, my
You
bad,
like, say
dude.
things, I'll be like,
Yeah, but like with someone on chat, like last time I played this game, they're like, I like it when you read the non-verbal parts. So if I confuse
one
you,
of the
I
best parts
apologize.
of this,
Yeah, I
for sure.
apologize.
No, I just need to pay more attention.
Yeah, it's a little extravagant, right? But like, I get what this dude's trying to say.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
You know anything about like the dead guy?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that.
Um,
Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
Busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
Yeah, okay, sick. But what does that mean for me?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
Oh well, all right, thanks, boss. So, what you hollering?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Oh fuck, that's sick, bro.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business.
oh man,
This
I
haul of
can't
cargo is mostly
believe.
sporting goods.
I like the
You know,
fact
tracksuits
that
and
like
that kind of thing.
he hasn't figured out you're a cop yet. He's like,
They
yeah,
usually get shipped
illegal
abroad in
firearms,
boxes.
high grade
But
narcotics.
we've been making
That's
headway in
fine.
the Il Moran market
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's see.
The secret of the Shitpost Sunday crew is we never sleep. None of us sleep. It's a really bad habit. We
Yeah, we're
function
just
on
here.
like we function on naps and excessive amounts of water.
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. This rockin' beauty sure is like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
Yeah, I mean
Neat.
trucks are neat.
For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids way out in Wamrau and Laurent Bird somehow.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
Right.
The man
Well,
taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
you think about drugs?
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But
I like
those
this guy's
days are behind
tattoos.
there are other addictions in my
Check
life
his fucking tats, like a collarbones and
my
shit.
man.
I really like those tats. They're weird, and I'm into it. I wonder, like, if there's concept art that has, like, the full intricacy of his ink.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Man, dude, some of the giants.
Hey, man,
in,
that's serious criminal talk. Are you trying to
in,
pull some sort of an
Banner Saga
entrapment
have
thing on
like
me?
really cool looking ink.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this
There's
roundabout
giants in
is
Banner
waiting for
Saga?
a shipment from the
Yeah, you didn't know
to
that?
load it
What's
on
that?
the lorry and drive it to
Yeah,
Jamra.
like one of the races that like is a playable faction are giants.
Wait, yeah, what are you talking about? Banner Saga?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was reading this guy's thing and talking to him, and I wasn't paying attention. I just heard you talking about valuable race of giants. I was like, oh, yeah, that's probably... Okay, sure.
Not me, man.
I was
No
bringing
way.
up that several of
I
them
don't need
in
any
Banner
trouble.
Saga have pretty
Shit's
cool
bad
names.
enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
I like that word. Conflagration's a fun fucking word. So why are we still hanging out here, though, right?
Gotta guard the stuff. Bosses don't look kindly on missing cargo, and it gives me time to work on my rhymes. Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Sure. I'm gonna try and figure out what this guy's
Ease
thinking
into
about.
it.
Nothing.
Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
What's going on, Tommy? What you thinking
You
about?
really are the law, aren't you? I get that being bluntly observant and inquisitive comes with the territory, but it certainly doesn't help with your conversational skills, does it?
That all the beans you got, Tommy? Damn, it really is hard to talk, man to man.
Alright,
Don't
I'm
be a
gonna fuck
stranger.
off. That was a good talk there, Chief. Good talk. I'm gonna fuck off now. Yes, of course. A large wireframe statue of a horseman. That really complements the situation.
I think it might have been like a proper statue at one point that just lost most
An
of the
old
concrete
monument
around it.
stands in the middle of the traffic light,
Yeah, but then like, what would it?
pointing
I
toward
wonder
the
what
sea.
like was it supposed to
looks as
look
if
like? I
it's
wonder.
being
'Cause it's
reassembled
like I get
piece
like
by
the
piece,
horse parts,
secured,
but there's a
and
lot of
mounted
wire.
in
I'm
the
like,
air
is this just how it
with the
looked?
aid of numerous
It looks
ropes
like maybe
and rods.
Napoleon.
I think it's one of the kings, one of the suzerain that like died during the during the revolution.
All right.
Let's see here.
It's an interesting, cause it's tied down, right? So like that looks like those wires were
A silver
intentional.
plaque on the statue's
Ah,
base
see, there we go.
reads, I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane.
Father of Felipe IV, the insane.
As you look up, you notice something about
Oh
the
man,
statue.
like
There are
things
some
I would
odd
never do as a
indentations on the
noble.
king's
Name
chest
my
piece.
child after.
Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet?
Yo, Kim, someone shot the king.
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word
That's
for it.
pretty funny.
Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. Not
That's
just
an
Tooch,
interesting
recently invaded,
interesting
so
point,
maybe a joke?
Zybe.
Target practice or a political statement?
Political. Yes, it's a king and he's shot.
Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot
Can
them,
it be both?
sometimes at kings.
Target practice and
Yeah, I mean, give me both,
The
yeah.
king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your sightings. What did he do? You have no idea.
Shows guns aren't
what
too
you
uncommon
did.
here, and people still
How
shoot
would you
them.
know
Sometimes
what
at
this
kings.
guy did many centuries ago?
the nonchalance of that attitude.
Also, yeah, Zion, I agree. If you cut some wires, this dude's going for a ride.
Yeah, it just
High above you,
smashes
the-
into the vehicle in front of it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I know. A box of shit. Oh, 98 cents. That's gonna cut some grass.
98 cents,
Small,
98
wrinkled
cents.
woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes, and food money. Maybe she's your... No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Yeah, Granny.
Nothing.
No?
Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap your fingers twice.
Where am I? Who are you?
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
You alright there, ma'am?
Never mind. I
Ma'am?
remember now.
Ma'am?
I'm
Ma'am?
still
You
stuck
alright
in that
there?
traffic jam in the 50s.
Yeah, I slept, Pistol.
It's important. Yeah, if we could put the... Listen, the statue is cool. We'll find a use for it later, probably. Or not. Or forget this conversation happened. It's hard to say with this.
Yeah.
Back in Methka, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buendero. Until you came along, that is.
Right. I don't... That's exciting. I'm not gonna answer your accusations that I somehow ruined... Or was it? Mesk. Yeah, I had nothing to do with that. Thank you. Now, about these police questions I have for real...
Harife? It's not like I had
Yeah, it's like
anything better
you
to do
misunderstand.
in
I am a
this
cop, and you're hindering my investigation.
What you hollering?
Diamonds? Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was? Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
So you have no idea what you got going on back there?
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
I guess that makes sense. Minding your own business, though.
Of course it does.
I
What
mean,
did
it's
you
a good way to
expect?
stay alive in most settings like this.
Before I came there, you did seem
She's
away.
just a distracted old woman.
You hear that, Lowman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Why is that, Lieutenant?
Nothing. I just don't think she's connected to anything.
He's worried, but not for her. For you. What is it about this woman? If she's not connected to anything?
Should you drive a lorry, though? Like, if you're, like, high as fuck,
Oh,
though, right?
don't worry about me.
Yeah.
I'm one of the best camioners around. I drive routes no one else will.
Oh, purple. Yeah, this is Disco Elysium.
Lomonosov's Land, Udashnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain.
Come down to the stadium for enhanced tier game.
That's fun. Come down to the stadium for enhanced interior. The stadium? Not the station? We're taking it to the stadium. Alright, sure, fuck it. Long as people buy tickets for that, I guess.
A terrible cold comes over her, rattling her teeth as she stares inward.
The Transcatolia Magistral. You for 1A. Adestradas do Mirador.
Hell,
All the good ones. The deep trenches. Where the bluebirds fly.
Cool. Ride until you're dust, sister.
Irmao. I already am dust. What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare.
The who?
Yes, there is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
I don't like the sound of any of that. Sounds like a horrible drug.
No.
The worst one of them all.
Alright, sick. That's not really what I was getting at.
Then what were you getting at?
Were you hollering?
Your man, Lowman. What of it?
You smuggling drugs to Eternal Beat? That's my question, lady.
Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way.
See, if you don't
You're
enjoy
just
hollering...
now figuring out you're a lawman. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat.
That's,
The U
I
for
don't care if I'm
1A.
hauling drugs, man.
What
I
do
don't
you
look at my
think they
cargo.
take from Saramiriza to Grat, Lowman?
I don't know, so I'm asking you.
It's diamonds, Lowman, obviously.
If you had to guess, though.
Easy. He's the skinny man who
Stop.
thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet.
This-
Also, he's the
this
only one
uppity
I can see
bitch.
from here.
If you're not involved with drugs trafficking, like, I don't... What? The fuck is
Diamonds
going on
are
with
good
you?
for you, Loman. You should try them sometime. Make yourself pretty like Eva de Zoras.
Alright, well, this has been fun.
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the futures of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesquite.
Well, that is certainly an interaction we've had. I don't feel like I gained anything from that, but you know what? She did accuse this other guy of crimes, which is enough for me.
Crimes.
Hey yo, what up? You this lady accused you of crime.
Now
How you
it's
feel
turning
about it?
into a kind
This
of
lady
a
accused you of crime.
Snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Wait, hold on.
Ah, man. But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
You a drug
Hey,
tra-
man,
like, I'm
that's
going back
serious
through this in
criminal
the
talk.
hopes of that we have
Not
some.
me, man. No way.
Nah.
Look, man. I try to
We
stay
don't
away.
get shit. She's told us that she thinks he's the guy. Well, or at least conceptually the guy. But unfortunately, he's not much help, this fella. So we're gonna walk on now so we got other truck drivers. Oh shit. A thing. Give me it. Give me the object. Oh, well. Plastic wrapped macaroni that says humanitarian aid. Hell yeah. I want some humanitarian aid macaroni. Hand it up.
You
What up?
see a Samaran street vendor.
Literal
surrounded by
government
a
cheddar.
motley assemblage
Yeah,
of goods.
actual government cheese.
When
Give it
he
here.
realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into
Something
a
just
wide,
happened here.
welcoming
What is
grin.
this? Well, I know she has almost eye line, but you know what? It's so far the only lead I've got on this. There we go. Apologies.
Man, if a person grinned at me like that, I would
Yeah.
be
The
tempted
name,
to shoot them in the
see,
face. Just
That's
It's
like
a word over
that's
his
like
breast.
the meme grin where it's like,
yeah,
Yeah.
I think I would accent like if I was a cop with no oversight. That guy might get shot in the face for spotting it. Just 'cause I would see better.
it's
at,
just like there's no way
knowing that
there's
guy
no way
doesn't
you
exist.
haven't there's no way you haven't committed the crime, huh?
Yeah.
One more thing.
From out on the bay, a cool wind. gathers.
No offense,
It
dude, but
sweeps
I
into
gotta
the
sleep
city,
tonight. So,
tugging at the
yeah.
textiles
Yeah.
hanging around
Jeez.
the stand. Some
Oh,
distance
wow.
away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very
So do you have like
cool.
cyberpunkness going on, or what's with this shivers thing that keeps coming up?
So, like, it's just like is your character's like perception of like the world around him. So all of your emotions, all of like your perceptions and your feelings are personified, and that one's just like your perception of the world.
You feel a twitch in your index finger.
See, like your
There's a
your
finger shoot
composure is personified to you.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense. I'm just sitting here going.
Whip them out. I don't know what. Hell yeah.
Makes me wonder how
Don't
many
shoot,
drugs the
officer.
main character of this
Have
game
we
is
got
doing.
an arrest here or just a shakedown?
It's like, yeah,
Just
man,
a
my
s-
sixth
yeah.
sense talks
That's
to
a
me.
choice you can make.
You're a funny guy.
Yeah.
Now, what
I mean,
can
the
do
clear
for you?
answer is all of them, but you know.
It's the right answer.
This isn't joke. Give me your money. I need money. I need some answers though, for real.
Then fire away, officer.
Persuade him to give you some money. I'm fine, thank you. So, right. How come you... where do we even start? Where you from, Sealang?
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
But you're not local, right?
Very sharp, officer. I'm Serais, from the Sigai province of the Serais Empire. The apricot suzerainty, you know?
The apricot suzerainty is what the Sigai archipelago is commonly known as in Revachol. It's a bit of a fraught term, I'm sure you understand.
apricots come from Sea Guy. My grandma used to grow them. But Sea Guy is a shithole. That's why I came to Revachol. Here's much better for an independent entrepreneur. Less laws. Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur? I send half my profits back to my grandma in Sea Guy.
Right. Sick. So what are you selling?
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too.
I love the
them
fact
on
you
right
can just
there.
persuade
No
him
shame,
to give you
only
money.
freedom.
Yeah.
Just give me money.
Yeah. Please, the money. I need it. Cool. Let me is there a discount for cool officers
No
like
need
me?
for discounts at ceilings, officer. Everything's already on sale. Anything you want, 50% off.
Sick. Where'd you get the comfy pants?
I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board.
Says the man who just told me how much he likes a lack of laws. Alright.
Anything for you.
So why you got you're selling humanitarian aid macaroni.
You mean these delicious pre-packaged shelf-stable meal kits? Really easy to cook, no hassle, really cheap too. Buy some, try them out.
Play games with me, Hogger. What's going on here, man?
No
Come on.
problem here, officer. I get all this from one of my suppliers, an extremely reputable guy.
Wait. Humanix. Humanitarian aid.
You mean the other driver?
What? Look, officer. I'm just a retailer.
Like how you got like
You'd have to talk to my supplier if
sidelined
you
by
got
a
questions about the supply chain.
by like
how
a
the game
contraband investigation in the middle of your murder.
Right?
It's like I was investigating a murder, but this seems more important. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking bizarre, genuinely, but I love it. Alright, well, as I've said before in the past, and we'll say again, chat, brace for imminent racism.
Brace for impact.
Yeah.
Welcome to Revachol.
Why are you talking to him like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came
Racist
here from a
lorry drive. Oh
2000
my
year old
god!
racist
It even just says
isolation
it for you.
culture.
It's like, look, we're not
While
gonna.
your
We're gonna
ancestors
just
came
put this.
to this
We're just
island
gonna
a
put
mere
this here for you.
300
This is the
years
bad
ago.
guy.
This is a bad person.
Look,
Yeah, they're like, we're not beating around the bush. We're not gonna let you try to think about it. This is a bad person.
Yeah.
Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs
He
to
just
you.
starts singing.
Fuck yeah, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm gonna talk.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, Kim. Hell yeah.
You two make a cute couple. You know that.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Alright, we got that out of the way.
Whatever you say, officers.
He smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
Let's see here. No. No.
I think we know his stance on drugs.
Yeah. So, what was that argument on the... Never mind, fuck that. I know what that argument is about. This guy sucks. We're gonna move on. So, what are you hauling, boss?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
Cool. What are you supposed to pick
Apples.
up? Apples.
Yeah, apples?
He's given
Racist
you the
apples.
runaround. Let's be honest. You were bested.
What? If you say so. So what's your stance on drugs, lawyer
Yeah,
man?
shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
This man looks like a literal pinhead. He's got a lot going on right here.
He looks like a finger.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like a finger with ears.
He does. He just have he has got the thumb thing going. Like if you put your thumb over the screen, it's just him. You got it. His forehead even has like a lacquered appearance to it, which I really appreciate. I don't let anything pollute my body, he says before he smokes a high tar cigarette. Goddamn. I love this guy.
My body's a temple.
Why
You know
not?
where that shit comes from? Sarah
So he doesn't do drugs
Sarah
out of racism.
Ilmara. They take the money from
That's
our
a hell of
local
a reason
junkies
not to
here
do drugs.
and then
What?
use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector.
This man hates drugs on the principle of racism. I don't. Like.
No other reason, just racism.
You know why I
They
hate
know they can't
drugs?
beat us
Because
in
of
a
the
fair
fucking
fight. So
people
they
I
have to
don't
get
like
us to
make them.
weaken
They take your
ourselves
money and they do the
somehow.
bad things.
It's racial
Like, what?
sabotage. Racial
I heard
sabotage.
I heard a line of argument very much like that when I lived in Southwest Texas.
I'm not surprised.
And it wasn't about drugs. I won't use the exact words, but the principle was the same. It was I hate the idea of slavery because it brings people from insert nation here.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I've heard this line of argument before, but in the dumbest.
Some galaxy brain stupid bullshit.
Dude, I'm like, you had me in the first half. I'll be honest, but that second half's a little rough, Chief.
Yeah, I hate drugs. Okay, good. Because this, it's like, maybe now I should do drugs.
Yeah, alright. Maybe you could have stopped after the first thing you said. You know?
Yeah, you could have stopped it. I hate drugs, buddy.
You could have stopped it, I hate slavery, but here we the fuck are. With me never being able to forget that event.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, never mind. I thought we had a water break, and then I was just misreading the activity feed.
Oh my god.
Slaver would be fine if you only enslaved the locals. There you go.
Yeah, so that guy would have been completely fine with that if it had been a class-based system within the realm of the approved races under his particular mindset. Needless to say, we don't talk to this individual. He was a character at a gathering I was at many, many years ago. But boy, thinking back on
howdy.
that, this brought that right back. That memory that I had not thought of in ages, back to the forebrain. They wrote this character great. That's a real interaction I had. And this person here,
that is a dedication. That is a dedication to racism that I'm just blown away by.
Right. So this character here demonstrates that same kind of thing. I'm like, damn, they actually for real wrote this character well. Holy shit. He sounds like a real person who hates other people for reasons they can't
He's
control.
got more dedication than the fucking KKK to his racism. All right.
This is incredible.
He's like, I am on that shit.
I just hate all races equally. I hate people.
That being,
it's not races. It's just people.
I'm not racist. I'm misanthropic. It's similar but different.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Cake Boss. This guy sucks. But yeah, the writing is phenomenal, and well, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna take that one on. I'm just gonna ignore that's in the chat. We're just gonna move on. But know that that's funny. We're gonna move on though. Anyway, yeah, these people suck, and we're just gonna move on. It's just inclusive race. I don't think that's how it works. Racism. I don't think that's how it works. Alright. Let's move on here. It's economic sabotage. Shut the fuck up, dude. How do you... People are actually out there really selling this guy, and I don't know how they take themselves seriously. Alright. So you're not smuggling drugs, I take it.
One ignorant statement at a time, that's how.
Yeah.
He eyes you warily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for
so
about 2
racist,
seconds.
and you're a cop, and you're just like, I wish I could find a reason to arrest.
I don't know shit.
It's like, man, I really want to just put you in the back of a car right now. Never let you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want this. Listen, there's a man hanging behind this business off to our left, and each moment I talk to you, I regret more that it isn't you. Let's see here. I don't know shit.
Just
man.
replace the bodies and be like, I don't know what happened.
Dude, sorry. You said there was a conversation. Yeah, y'all called me down here for a hanging, but I got 2 bodies here, Chief. Yeah, I don't
know what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know how there ended up being 2 either.
Yeah,
I don't know.
anyway. All right, that's cool. So, what are you hanging around here for?
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded.
To be
Stuff's been
racist?
getting looted lately.
Yeah.
It's a great place to be
Taking on
racist.
at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass.
There is a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of that big
I
lorry
don't
nearby.
like ass cancer. That's kind of funny though.
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics.
Oh, I'm
Really
sure it was
right.
great.
When some kip boys smashed his lock and took.
Oh,
since he left,
okay.
I
No
haven't
longer
had
care
anyone
about
to
the guy
talk
who
to.
died here.
Yeah. All right.
Like you just told me he was a
It's a
racist
fucking
piece of shit
travesty,
too.
what it is.
Great, cool. Then if it's not you, who's moving
Isn't
drugs?
it obvious? Fucking
Yeah, it's
Sealand,
like you know what,
that
fuck it.
beady-eyed
We ain't got
Saharan.
we ain't got time for this shit no
his
more.
little side business is
Nobody
a
got time for
scam.
that.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
The one reselling the humanitarian aid packages?
That's the one. He's tried by
Of
natural
course.
liars.
Yeah.
It's in their
Why am I
blood.
like every time? I just have to like every time. I'm just like, I know you're gonna say something worse. But every time I click this mouse, but I'm gonna need you to just work with
He's
me
your man,
here.
all right. 100%. He's a
Oh,
lorry man
man.
selling his employer stuff. Broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. No doubt he's selling drugs too.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess so.
Alright, cool. Off I go on a journey to interact with C. Lang again. Despite the fact that I've already talked to him, and I don't think he's a he peddles drugs, because he has such a entrepreneurial spirit. He doesn't need drugs.
Yeah, I mean he figured out he can just sell, you know, government cheese that's supposed to be humanitarian.
Yeah.
You see 2 lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of
Humanitarian
foul,
government
durable
cheese.
wares.
I don't.
I can see you were
This sounds like an oxymoron. Like,
My man, C. Lang.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
So C. Lang, what's your stance on drugs?
Can you be honest with
Drugs?
me for 2 seconds,
I
C.
don't go in for
That's all
that,
I'm
officer.
asking you to do.
Drugs ruin lives.
I have this special glow little blunt object. I do have that.
Look, the rubber gloves are so that, you know, he doesn't have to wash the blood off his hands after he's through hitting them
Unless
with the
you're
crowbar.
into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent.
It's a very
Tasty,
important
tasty
accessory.
drugs.
That's
I like you, C. Lang. I don't lie.
That's so cool. You investigating the local drug trade like some cool nut?
yeah. The problem is that smile
not
still
a lorry
makes me
driver.
want to shoot him
I'm
because
just a
it's
street
creepy.
vendor. I don't know anything about
Oh,
But you are a lawyer man, and you've been
that. Who
identified.
said that? It's the
no!
fat
Don't
racist,
put
right?
that on Garrick.
I bet it's him.
Garrick doesn't
He
have a
has an
smile.
agenda against me,
Shoot him in
because
the
I'm an
face.
immigrant who works harder
Don't
than
put
he
that on
does.
Garrick. I actually
He's a
like
hater.
Garrick. Pistol, jeez, man.
he's like, I'm not gonna be able to separate this ever again. No.
The strategic U.S. Cheese stockpile. That's my fridge, Zyme. Don't be doxing me like that. Get out of my fucking fridge.
Look, Zyme. We've got strategic things that people are shocked to find out about.
Realizing
I gotta look it up. Do we still have the ice cream ship for the Navy in the Pacific?
Maybe I'm a lorry driver
It's just a
too.
ship that
little.
produces ice cream
But
for the
that's
fleet.
not the most
That's all it
important
does.
thing about me. That's my day job. Exactly.
I know we had it in World War
It's such a
II. I don't
small
know if we
part
have
of
it
my
now.
life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity.
Alright, so listen, for real, help me out here.
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
They're
Sadness.
You know, the drug crowd.
We no longer have the ice cream barge in the Navy.
Okay, so let me be real. Who the fuck is transporting these goddamn drugs? I have a crowbar and less patience than I had a minute ago.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please, don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Cool, great. But that being said, Buddy Sealing, help me out. No.
And still during World War II, we had an actual ice cream barge for the fleet whose only job was to make ice cream for the fleet in the specific. That was it. That was its only task.
It was, yeah, well, I mean, it was a morale thing, because, like, almost everything they got was just like,
It could be.
you're on that boat for X months, you're about to go get shot at, and people are about to fly planes at you. Like,
There's a Japanese logistics officer who, like, in his memoirs wrote that he knew that Japan couldn't win the war when he learned that the U.S. had a vessel whose sole purpose was to produce ice cream. Like, he's
fair.
Like, damn.
I thought it was going to be when, like, we used a submarine to blow up a train or something.
He's just like, well, he was a logistics officer, and he's like, just on morale, the U.S. will beat us. Is basically what he figured out.
Well, that not only what was it, by like 43 they were sitting there being like, all right,
snow limbo.
Half you are just gonna die flying planes into the ships. It's like you're already kind of desperate if you're doing that.
Yeah. Kind of okay, cool. Ah, cool. We have a speech to find this woman now.
I don't want to talk about that.
History's fun.
Why? What's the problem?
I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
I just had a joke scroll across my face, and it was
it's a real thing. We do not currently have one. That's why I was curious if anyone in chat was in the Navy, because I knew it was a World War II thing. I don't know when we stopped doing it.
I was hoping it's not.
Lucky Flucky was a American submarine commander who was in when they blew up the train. I think that was in the Pacific Theater, but I'm not sure. Could be wrong. Doesn't matter.
But yeah, the USS Quartz was the ice cream barge.
It's just wishful thinking on his part. Not true.
And it served up until 1947.
People here call her the Lady Driver. She kept her name a secret. From me too. Now I see why. A friend? An acquaintance.
That's funny.
I don't know.
An interesting
She
thing.
was the only person in this damn
The
jam
Quartz's last assignment was to support atomic bomb testing.
A youngish woman.
Okay. Wasn't that what battleship was it that took 2 bombs and then like? So like Nevada, it was one of the Iowa class, wasn't it? It was like Nevada or something.
Are you talking about the one that ended up with a shell in like the captain's like quarters?
No, it was off. It was the one that. It was the one that we after the war ended, they painted it orange.
It was violent.
And they dropped 2 atomic bombs on it for testing, and it still didn't sink.
Damn, I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not sure off the top of that.
It wasn't Nevada, but it wasn't an Iowa class. Okay.
Is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation.
Yeah, they just like parked it, dropped 2 atomic bombs, and they had like
we won't pursue her on these.
Fucking 3 ships open up on it for like 2 days, and it finally sank.
I just can't, man.
It wasn't an Iowa class, but still, that's fucking.
That young
fucking stupid.
When you think it's all
like what the fuck?
And you're looking for a way out.
I mean, you know, it's not that the ship that the atomic bomb's meant to kill the ship, right? It's meant to kill everybody on the ship.
I heard the rumors.
I don't know. I think it's just meant to kill
I saw
everything.
The other drivers looking at me strange when we talked, and she told me too.
Zyvius saying it was the Nevada.
Yeah, they were. I was checking that out.
Well.
Yep.
It looks like it did now, but we didn't talk about
I'm not
that.
a super
We talked
naval
about life,
expert.
you know?
I know random facts that I have found.
I just remember things that I think are funny.
someone else with these
Like,
questions,
when I
okay?
hear random jokes and really funny shit, that's what I remember. That's all I
It will
remember.
break his heart. Now is not the time to focus on feelings. You need that info, son.
Naval an Iowa native who's a Navy, in the Navy and a history nerd. Okay. Yeah, you're it's kind of your thing, huh?
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know shit about nothing.
No. I know my favorite admiral is the guy who got he got super irritated when the new ships came off the line because he had to go recalibrate.
I have heard of Temper. Narok, that's one of my favorites. Just flash Temper. As you delete part of the Earth.
Looking for something? I don't know what you're talking about. Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
Who does? You?
You're all bark and no.
You mean La Puta Madre?
The name resounds like a bell in the air. A dark gong. You get a bad feeling.
Yeah, him.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peony.
Yeah, they're his little bitches.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who
God, I'm just loving
multi-ethnic drug
just the
addicts.
talk and everything that this guy's having with you.
Wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies.
It's just like,
but
this is
if we were,
ridiculous.
and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him,
Oh,
then
excuse
it's a good peonist job. It's not a hard job.
Still got some
It won't
indigestion
take a long
lingering.
time.
My bad.
It won't make Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorryman and Carter's Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. Be careful. This man's still got some fight in him, by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him. Men like this only
Boxcars.
respect two
Love it.
things. Strength and fear. Time to turn up the volume.
Nah.
This.
3 destroyers
Fuck you.
and 4
I told
destroyers
you.
versus 23
I'm not
ships,
gonna-
one of which was the Yamato. Some part of that seems to be 7 destroyers. I'm missing something.
Yeah, I'm missing something. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, Lucky Flucky was the barb, I think, right? Yeah.
Iraqi troops are allergic to 16 shells. Well, it is a common allergy, especially as time goes on.
Shells equal bad.
Yeah, 3 light destroyers. There you go. Because I was like, I don't know. Still 7 destroyers. It's a variant class.
I love the joke that I've heard several times over of you can tell that the U.S. had the best battleships and such of the war because ours are the only ones that are floating museums and not fish tanks.
That's pretty good.
His voice grows smaller as yours.
That is pretty
That
good.
always makes me laugh. I'm just like, ha, lol.
The only sad thing is we don't upkeep them for fucking shit these days.
Well, most of them are,
Fuck you, man.
I
It's
think,
all the way
decommissioned
down
now,
When
but like,
did she go away?
what are you gonna do, you know?
Well, I
I
can't
don't
remember.
know.
There's
I
one
don't
in
even know her
Texas that
name.
can't even be
She
moved
just
anymore
rules
because
with the fleet
it's
and
like
acts like a
basically
big
setting
shot
on the
some
bottom of the
dyke,
river. It's-
probably. Past the monument
Yeah.
down there. The Green Temple.
And they don't want to like
Well,
pump
leave
out
me to-
the
The small
lower
temple
levels
by
and
the
repair
monument.
it.
Green.
It's almost like a c'est la
like
vie
he got
type
his
thing,
adrenaline
because it's
up,
like, well, what do
too.
you spend your money on? It's still a military vessel, right? Like, what can you afford to do?
It's true.
I can. Yeah, what indeed.
You helped upkeep one? That's cool.
This green
That's cool.
found A to Z.
Yeah, the Brits cut
is
up a lot of
parked in the
theirs.
shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This must be
Hey,
the one he told us about.
Yeah, when you're a relatively small island empire, all material is precious.
Yeah, like
True.
Let's see.
Understandably so.
The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced. There's no picking this lock. The owner has put
okay, that
special
makes
care
sense.
into it. It's a recessed design.
Interesting.
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
Okay.
I don't know how good it is, but this investigation
Tooch, you have
has taken
updates
long
on the
enough.
game
I can't
flashing at
afford
you?
it to take any longer.
I'm sorry?
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand either.
I'm not seeing that.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, what he's talking about, but I don't see that.
Oh, Texas is actually getting repaired. That's the main one that I'm aware of. That is
Let's see.
that we have still
The
floating
glass on the
around.
side windows is tinted and covered with dust.
Alright.
You can barely make out the shape of the seat. And two
All I know
steering
is in
wheels.
my state we have the
You
Razorback
know, huh? Let's
the
swing it.
river using
Pry
that.
bar in hand, you take a hard goddamn maggot. Drag your ass to the gym and do some reps right now.
Really?
Another
Which is a really
feature.
interesting
Thunk.
sight to see
That
as
piece
you
has been
as I
hard
cross the bridge to
No
work
need to
every
make it
day.
any harder.
Is just a
He
submarine
smashes it
setting
into
in the
window.
river.
Droplets
Boat.
of glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement. You can just reach in now.
Nice.
It went better than I expected. Open it from the inside.
Oh, it did have a web of spider web series of cracks to it where I was beating it with a crowbar, but I'm glad you got through it, Kim.
Oh,
The smell
all
of
the
cigarettes
journal
and
entries
perfume
and shit
will
is what
Yeah.
he's talking about.
The
Oh
cabinets
yeah,
inside
I'm
is
not
plastered
interacting with
with
those
old
intentionally.
movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls.
Just making way through
There's
story
the radio
times.
transmitter in the front.
I
and the
need those will be
tools
resources we'll
under
need
the
later.
driver's seat. Some tools
There
are
are a lot of
scattered
times in
near the
games,
pedals.
like especially when I'm streaming, where I will just like ignore that stuff and look at it in post. Like I'll look at it after the stream and be like, all right, what do I need to like make sure I remember for next time?
Well, so a lot of this stuff is stuff that you need later. Like you need to sit on it. Like it wants you to to pour points into your upgrade system and stuff to like get things. But there's going to be times where you're going to have checks that are required for the story to progress, and you may not have the skill. So ideally, to avoid me having to go back to a previous save, I'll save it
You
till
got
I
a
see
few
a very
points just kinda
hard,
sitting
yeah.
around.
So when I see a
Yeah.
difficult save or something I can't quite clear, it's like check this sick move where I suddenly can, and so I kind
Where I
of
suddenly become much better at X.
yeah, exactly. So I do try to sit on that stuff for a little while.
Of redistributing stats. Excellent.
Yeah, so you have like 5 just kind of hanging the fuck out, I guess, right? Yeah, 3, I guess. Be fine.
Classic Tooch strategy.
Yeah, it's how I got reclassed to avoid using Afra during Greedfall. Keeping my resources in tow until later, where I fire all of them at once over some pointlessly spiteful thing, is a very classic me move. Yeah, actually.
That's a Toochening right
yeah,
there.
That's exactly it. It is almost entirely my MO as a person.
You're like, I was made for this.
Yes, PPQ. Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah, you can.
So it's absolutely important to not.
It's not really
fuck yourself.
sunblock. You technically get one of the bad endings.
Yeah, correct. So you're gonna really have to keep a hand on what you get. See, like we're in the middle of a conversation, right? I can still access these and change them in the conversation. The game isn't so much of a problem as the game knows you can and might need to do some adjustment on the fly. It's both intentional and weird, and I like it.
Well, here I'll say
These
this:
are movie
I do
posters
the same
featuring
thing in
starlets from
Cyberpunk
long-forgotten
2077.
from the
I'll sit there and
20s,
hold on to
the
body
teens,
attribute
even
points
the 90s of
and
the
be like,
last
these will come in
century.
handy later.
Unless you're talking about ship like naval museums, I love like military style museums. I was thinking about going back and visiting the infantry.
I want to go to the
Huh?
I want to go to the Smithsonian again.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to go back to the
Anyway.
infantry museum in Georgia. Like that's such a good museum. It's really cool, and being in my former career, it's very powerful and very interesting to me. But also, and this is going to sound like a goofy ass thing to say, the wings there, because you can get wings in the second story, like actual hot wings. They're fucking phenomenal.
they're like, we know what kind of people come here.
Yeah, anyway, here's some hot wings. Enjoy.
Why does Tooch want to go there? They probably have good food.
Well, no,
Dude,
that's literally the legacy of my like chosen profession. It's very meaningful to me on like level of the soul, but the wings are a definite up.
One of them particularly catches your eye. A centerfold of an orange.
You know, I'll say this.
Right above the back seat.
I'd follow Tooch anywhere if the food's good.
Hell yeah. I appreciate it.
It's true, man.
Like, tell me there's good food. I'll go anywhere with Tooch.
Fuck yeah. Well, let me tell you, you ever get the hankering for some good wings? In Georgia, that's the place in Georgia I would recommend you to go. If you
said wings, and now I have a hankering for wings.
I do too. And there's a place near me that's pretty decent. It's no fucking infantry museum, but it's damn good. So I might check that place out. Actually, I can't do today. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. By the weekend, the latest.
I just get Buffalo Wild Wings around here. There's not a Michigan. I'm sure has good wing places. I haven't discovered them. I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
Full stop. I don't know. Never mind.
Yeah, fair enough. So that used to be my litmus test for dating.
I wasn't gonna dox anybody, but I was gonna say something about a friend who might know about a wing place or some good foodie type places, but they're a rather private person, so I won't do that.
There's a wing place that used to be near where in the place I used to live. And I don't remember what it's called, and it's not very important that I remember it at this time. But it was a wing place, right? And they have these sloppy fucking wings. Like they come out just like sitting in a quarter inch of fucking sauce, right?
Which is what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And I used to use that as my dating litmus test. I would always take girls on the first date, like to that place, and be like, all right, let's see how. And like I used the interaction with the wings as a test. I'm like, listen, if you're just gonna be put off by these hot wings, it ain't gonna work, because this is the least messy thing about what we're about the endeavor we're embarking on here.
You're like, just wait till we get home, baby.
Yeah. I meant more metaphorically, but yeah, I suppose that's true too.
You think these wings are messy? Wait till you see dessert.
Jesus, Rob, I love it. My point remains, but yeah. So more often than not, that, and also, me interacting with a plate of hot wings is historically a travesty, right? Like, you need one of those fucking bags they put on like wood chippers to catch the fucking like shavings and shit. Yeah, like,
oh my god.
Yeah, I need that, a bib, a series of napkins, at least 3 wet wipes. You know, it's an adventure into you can't wear a white shirt, it's a rough time. I also do this as a demonstration of my vicious prowess at destroying wings, because I eat all food with the same aplomb. So if you're not gonna just hang out with me for the remainder of our time together, just be aware it's a fucking nightmare, and you can't take me anywhere. I'm like a 6-year-old when it comes to eating, so you for real have to keep that in mind. And this is the greatest, most genuinely unhygienic way I could demonstrate that immediately.
I ain't taking you to Fogo de Chao. I ain't taking you to Steakhouse. I'll take you to a wing place with about 1 million wet wipes. Did you take Le Current Le Day to this place?
We have not gone to a wing place yet. My current situation, I know, but we kind of skipped the dating phase.
We skipped the dating. We went straight to fucking.
Not, I mean, like, yes, but actually no. Like, more accurately, like, I didn't have, like, I don't know. I don't know if that's a story that is for the chat, for the thing. Just know that, like, one day I didn't have a partner, and then like the next day one lived with me, and it was very complicated, but it all worked out.
One day I didn't have a partner, and the next day she was like, I'm moving in.
Yeah, and very much that way, right? Yeah,
you got it.
Kinda, yeah. And I figured, you know what, it's not the dumbest thing I've ever done, and so far it's actually been a true blessing. So like, I've been incredibly blessed by this experience. But
somebody clip it and show it to her. Clip it and show it to her.
No, actually,
don't clip the part where I talk about fucking.
No, I genuinely love her. I'm so glad that this has worked
know.
out. But anyway, enough on that subject. The important part is, no, I've not yet got wings with her, which it needs to change. But it feels like we've just not. I'm not near my favorite wing joint. I need to just take her to like whatever the most local analog is and be like, observe, and then just make an atrocious mess while she looks on in confusion and like
confusion, horror, and disgust.
Yeah.
She moves out the next
she moves out.
No.
Yeah.
Just like, and then Tooch goes, better off without her.
Yeah. Just,
you just see him on the couch eating wings. It's like, I'll never stop loving you. This is the hot wing.
Yeah, no, like I said, we've not, but it's.
Now, how hot are we talking with the hot wings that you're digging up here? Like, are we talking like habanero hot?
Like. So which ones? Like the ones I typically get, or like the ones at the museum? Like where are we at on this?
The ones at your favorite place. So not the museum. 'Cause you went there like once, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So my favorite place. Obviously they have a scale, right? Like you can get them as hot as you feasibly want them.
Okay.
Me, I try to get them in just above. Like, just above typically bearable. But like, if I get, it depends on the. Okay. So my metric on hot, right? It depends on how sweet of the sauce the wings are in. Like if I get them in a honey barbecue, right? I tell them to crank that shit up because I only want extreme heat when combined with a sweetness, right? Because I want those two things together.
Yeah, you want to get down with the sweetness.
Right, exactly. So I'm like, all right, I want these fucking sweet ass barbecue honey wings, or like the bourbon sauce wings. If I want those, then I'm gonna be like, yeah, heat them motherfuckers up because I'm not going to like be put off by it. I don't like wings that are hot and nothing else. If I wanted to eat hot bony chicken, I could do that at home, right? Like, if I'm paying you to make wings, I'm paying. Cause I'm gonna be real. My favorite place, not the cheapest place to eat in the world. Like a plate of wings that would satiate someone like me and you, men of a. We typically go there to eat a whole meal. We're paying
men of an admirable girth.
Yeah, that'd be the word. I'm not like humongous, but yeah, I eat some fucking wings. All right, I put them motherfuckers away. So if we're gonna eat the wings that we're gonna eat, you and I, we're gonna unfortunately be paying like $20 for these wings, and that's a starting point. And like that's the problem.
Oh yeah, I'm always paying $30.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At starting point, you're starting at 20 and you're going up. So in my opinion, right, like. If I'm paying $20, $30, $40 for fucking wings and a side and a drink and all that shit, I'm not gonna get some hot ass shit like garbage that I'm like, all right, so I just ate fucking ghost peppers for the last 2 hours.
I just ate.
And
I don't like hot food, even though I've done the chip challenge.
Yeah, right.
Everybody saw that.
You get what I'm saying though. So like, if I'm going to go get food and it's gonna be hot, I don't want it to be all I experience because I'm not paying that to not taste. To not have like a pleasurable experience. I'm not going to pay $40 for pain. Yeah, exactly.
Like if I'm gonna pay for pain, I'm gonna meet some lady at midnight.
Yeah, I was like, listen, there's other people for that, other people, places, and times that can facilitate that specific need. But my wing joint ain't one of them. Yeah. So to answer your question,
I'm gonna call up Mommy Dommy and.
Yeah, exactly. But my point is. There may even be some hotness there too. You don't know. Like I said,
you boys need to come to Arkansas for the food truck festival next year.
Fuck yeah, we have good food truck festivals here in Michigan, but there's not usually wings. We'll have barbecue. We'll have great Mexican trucks. We'll have Indian food. Like we'll have some really good food trucks. Yeah. We won't have wings.
Where I'm living now, it's really wild. We have like food trucks. It's this weird blend of like. 4 trucks selling Phillies, 2 with like Strombolis, and then the rest is almost like it's like empanadas and shit, right?
Oh, that's a good mix. Yeah, we get nice food truck rallies too. I really love a good food truck rally. Ain't nothing quite like it. Oh, so good. I'll hit you with my litmus tests for wings because, like I said, I don't have fancy wing joints to do this on. I don't have a great deal of wing options. Super available to me, right? So I just measure everything. My baseline is Buffalo Wild Wings. Say what you will about that. My baseline is B-dubs.
All right, I'm gonna get my phone charged. I'll be right back.
Okay. Intermission. We'll do wing talk for the intermission. So I always get bone in. I think bone in are better than boneless. That is my opinion on wings. because it's of just the texture, the way that the meat comes off the bone, the way it's cooked.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I like it. Now, I will number one. Well, first things first. If you got a Kroger by you and you like a nice buffalo wing sauce that's like mild, get Kroger brand mild buffalo wing sauce. It's actually really fucking good. Believe it or not. I know, might sound crazy. But besides that, the thing that I like is I like the mango habanero, but it's a little too hot for me. Just a little bit too hot. I love that sweet zing, and I always get 30, like it's like 30, 40 bucks because I get 30 bone-in traditional wings, and I usually split my order, half sweet, half not sweet. Now, all that being said, did Tooch just come back?
I don't think so.
Okay, sorry. I thought I heard him sit back down. I like mango habanero, but I can't quite handle it. It's a little spicy. My next, fave, I would say, I guess, is to go with, what's it called? The Caribbean jerk wings. I love those. I love those so much. I think they are some of the most delicious wings ever. They are a perfect mix of like herbal, like sweet, spicy, tangy for me. All right. I was talking about my litmus test for wings is I get a split order 15 and 15, 30 traditional wings from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, okay.
That's my straight up jam.
So all the B-dubs around me fucking suck. I just want to say they can't make wings for shit, and I don't know why. But luckily,
for all I know, mine don't make wings for shit either. I'll tell you that right now. This is just the best I can do.
Understand.
And their sauce is pretty universal, at least.
In a sheath dress.
You know what I mean? Like, their sauce doesn't change much from place to place.
Run across the poster.
But I get mango habanero I love it, but it's too spicy for me. Like I love it, but I can't quite handle a lot of it. It's nice and sweet. It's really hot. I love their medium buffalo wing when I want buffalo wing. When I want that buffalo wing flavor, I love their medium. I don't like their mild. That just tastes like salt and vinegar to me.
Oh, yeah.
I like to get their
doesn't she?
Caribbean jerk's my happy place with them. And then I like their honey barbecue. But their honey barbecue has like no heat to me. Their Caribbean jerk has a nice tangy mix. But I'm buying like $40. I'm buying 30 wings. I'm getting 15 Caribbean jerk usually, 15 medium or honey barbecue. If I'm feeling frisky, I'll go for the mango habanero. So how does that sound compared to your wing taste, if you know those flavors?
Comparably, mine are different than that. Mine have
Are you the spicier boy?
A little spicier, but then I don't, but not always. There's a lot of different wings too, right? Like some of them you don't get like sitting in sauce. Some you get bone, like in like a dry rub, and you just kind of, and they don't have that. They have some like kind of chicken grease. Saucy. I do too, but then you get some like that are like different from that. Realistically, it's really just a preference, but mine are more like. They have like the pepper heat, like you have that like that pepper heat, but it's almost like a background player to the foreground players of barbecue sauce and like, almost like a hot sauce mixed into like a pepper based hot sauce mixed into a barbecue and honey mixture that somewhat neutralizes the heat, but you still have the residual warmth and you have the flavor there.
More sweet than going for.
That's the ones I usually get, but you can.
The spice isn't the star of the show.
Yeah, and then you can build from there. Like there are options if you're like no, like really heat these motherfuckers up. There are other consistencies and other There's a word I need for it. It's when something is mixed in parts, right? Like you have a ratio. You have other ratios of like the actual like heat base of what kind of pepper sauce they start with or what kind of hot sauce they blend into the wing sauce. And so you can, as those ratios are adjusted for the individual like plate of wings, you get different flavors, and you can go hot. Sometimes I'm in the mood for heat, right? But I'm never. All I'm saying is I'm not in the mood for heat individually. I'm only in the mood for heat in conjunction. Because like,
yeah, and that's
like,
kind of me too.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, even if I'm getting mango if I'm feeling spicy, I'll get mango habanero. But even then, I am not down for just mango hob.
Oh yeah.
Like all day. I can't do like 15 mango habanero. That ain't me.
Right, like, because when I was a younger man, right, you kind of like, I think that's a younger person's game to like test yourself against the heat of a food item, right?
Yeah.
But
hey,
yeah.
Although I don't test myself on that for fun. I just do it because I'm stupid.
But I do it for charity.
Yeah, I only do it for charity. Exactly.
So yeah, my point being that it's just something I don't really care for as much more. Because when I was younger, we went to the same week place I was talking about where I used to take my girlfriends, my prospective girlfriends. And when I went there one time with my brother, and they had like the hot wing challenge scale where it's like there's the little one, the big one, and they got the biggest one. Like if you eat it, you get a T-shirt, and you sign a waiver, and like one wing is like $24 or some dumb shit.
I've never done any of that dumb shit. I've never admired that. I've never wanted to do that.
Yeah, it's not for me, but like I had two of my best friends in high school. My brother
were they all about it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I had like a brother and two of my best friends in high school. We went up there one time because it was near my home at the time at the end of high school because it was like my senior year because I had just left. I was just getting ready to leave for the army, and we went up there and like they ate it, and I remember like very clearly just the variant reactions. Like my brother was like he ate it and like went outside and threw up and came back and was like,
oh my god,
he's like, that shit's hot. He goes, it tastes like ass. He's like, it sucks. He goes, I can't feel my fucking throat. And I'm like, okay, cool. But my best friend in high school,
I know how that feels.
Yeah, my best friend in high school like was just sitting there like he ate the wing and then was just sitting there with like staring at the ceiling, like crooning and like crooning and like tears running down his face, and then like he croaks the word, "I need some goddamn milk."
I need some goddamn milk.
Yeah, like he's like dying, dude. Like he's croaking, he barely able to speak, and he's crying, and like the whole time he's like laying back in his chair, he's just being this high pitched.
This whimpering.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, damn, dude. I'm over here eating like a plate of regular wings. Like, yeah, y'all motherfuckers dumb. Anyway.
Yeah, you guys did the stupid.
We were like high school too, so like $25 was not a small amount of money. You know what I mean?
No, that's a king's ransom.
Yeah.
Well, back then you could get a plate of like 20, 30 wings for $25. That was back in the day back in my day, and it's crazy that I'm thinking back and I'm like, no, shit was cheaper back then, fucking flat out.
Oh, dude, yeah,
like,
absolutely. And like,
if I wanted it again, Buffalo Wild Wings, because that's my only place to really compare for wings. It's the best I've got. There ain't nothing better here, and I know that's sad. But like,
a piece of paper falls out.
I'm sitting here thinking, and it's like, I used to be able to get like, if you went on like a Tuesday, it was like 50-cent wings. Like you could get 30 wings for fucking $15.
Of something called.
It's probably $1 now.
System. These formulas.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, hot dogs and chili, nice.
But that's exactly how I was. I was like, dude, that's wow, because like back then, you could get the plate of wings I pay $25 now for like $10, and that's been 15 years ago. Like I get the rate of inflation and shit's, and like post COVID, logistical increased prices that will never go away. They'll stay even years after COVID. Like that's not important. Important part is, with all the price increases, it doesn't sound like a lot, but at the time that was a colossal amount of money to pay for a single wing, and
for a challenge. It's not even a meal. It's just a challenge.
Right, and like all you got was like a shitty T-shirt for it. Like, I made myself suffer for $25, right? Like,
you essentially get a story.
Of that before.
Yeah.
FM, AM, UK.
See, at least the Gusano's pizza challenge down here. If you finished the pizza, you didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Did you do the challenge?
Yeah. Now, granted, if you failed, you had to pay like $50, but.
Yeah, well, so like that's thing, though.
That's like them Monster Burger challenges and stuff. And you know what? I can get behind that a little bit because at least the food is made to be good mostly.
Yeah, you're.
Like it's hard to cook something like that all the way through properly and have the whole thing taste good, but still.
No, but it's still meant to be something edible.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing, and they want you to feel like even if you don't eat it, then you're justified in spending $50. But like.
Because you just ate like 10 pounds of burger, yeah.
Right, exactly. But the
good burger.
Yeah, exactly. But because otherwise no one would do it. Even if it's the first time someone did it, went, yeah, you could eat it, but it tastes like butthole. They're just probably not going to eat it anymore.
Look, don't assume everybody's butthole taste. Okay, no.
But my point remains that it's still. So here's the thing. I just thought it was kind of interesting that I was like, they did that, and I just remember that and being like, man, that's crazy, because again, back then, like, that was nuts to spend on something like that. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, and they, like, they wore those shirts like senior year of high school, and then like probably never again. Yeah. So it's like, man, I don't know, man. Like, it's just, you always have the memory of suffering and needing milk. Like, I don't know, man. But yeah, we are. Like I said, I'm not going to get more of this game done. I'm gonna be real before 4. We'll talk a few more minutes, but I want to go ahead and just say up front that we're at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We've reached 1600 for those of you on the 24-hour time standard.
We've been dicking around just a wee bit.
Hey, we got a lot. I won't say a lot done. I got a bunch done as far as this game's concerned. I've done more today than each time I play this. I inch closer to achieving something in it. So I'd say
well, it's meant to be a talk-over game. We kind of listen when it does its thing, and then sometimes we don't.
Yeah, right. And so, like I said, there's a lot going on here, and so it's gonna be a slow playthrough, and it's gonna be running parallel to other projects I'm working on. Like it's gonna
the gap filler.
Yeah, anytime I need to finish this by October 21st for reasons, but I will get to it when I can get to it.
You know what? I just had a thought.
Yeah.
I am going on vacation in October. I will talk to Diggs about possibly doing a week of Valkyria Chronicles.
Oh my!
What? You're going vacation? Oh, like, are you going like a whole vacation at home and you're just gonna play during the day?
My underwear reset. Vacation.
Yeah, my home reset vacation.
I respect that. You meant like okay, cool. I was like, when you first said that, I had a brief like nightmare flash of you just doing what I did when I got divorced, which was sitting at my desk for 4 days without sleeping playing Battletech Advanced. So I was like, please don't sit for a week and play nothing but Valkyria Chronicles. That's not a thing you should do. But
I'm not a young man anymore. I cannot.
But like, if you're like, I want to get some Valkyria Chronicles on during vacation, that's a very different conversation from the one I thought we were having.
I just,
shitpost Sunday to shitpost Sunday, right? Just like
I briefly imagined you in your briefs, so whatever.
It's comfortable. Hey man, I don't do tidy whities. You gotta have
room for expansion.
Choke boys.
I support this. Rob, as a potential role model, I support this statement.
Yeah, like I said, I've just abandoned all underwear, and because every now and then you understand that they're a limiting factor, and sometimes you just gotta annex the rest of the pants like Puerto Rico. I just think that's important. So we don't believe in strict regulation in the region. That's all.
Yeah, it is not a well-regulated area.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends in the chat, I'll be with you guys in a scant 2 hours.
Yeah.
He coming back.
I am coming back. And Mecca's coming with me, I think. And we'll get some farm time. But I am going to take a break. I'm going to eat breakfast. And I'm going to like kind of just recenter myself before the next thing. So I appreciate y'all's patience. Go ahead and take a break. Find y'all some snack. I I'm gonna get back with you very, very soon.
Hey, beautiful people. We love y'all.
Yeah,
See ya,
nothing but love
buddy.
from us. I'll catch you soon.